drivers are here on a Motor Mouth broadcast. There's no room for fear. Green flag drops and the engines roar. 40 cars and we all want more. Mash the gases, we're on the line. Four wide and we'll feel it side by side. On Motor Mouth there's nowhere to hide. White flag need a perfect lap. All gas, no brakes to close that gap. Checkered waves in the race is won. Another battle is over and done. Just to the booth, hope they like the show. Victory lane is all I know. Sun's going down and the rig is on. iRacing is where I belong. Discord's lit and the drivers are here on a Motor Mouth broadcast. There's no room for fear. Green flag drops and the engines roar. 40 cars and we all want more. Mash the gases, we're on the line. Four wide and we're feeling fine. Drifting close in a slipstream dance. Taking the corners in a high-speed trance. Through the chicane, it's side by side. On Motor Mouth, there's nowhere to White flag need a perfect lap. All gas, no brakes to close that gap. Checkered waves in the race is won. Another battle is over and done. Just to the booth, hope they like the show. Victory lane is all I know. Sun's going down and the rig is on. iRacing is where I belong. Discord's lit and the drivers are here on a Motor Mouth broadcast. There's no room for fear. Green flag drops and the engines roar. 40 cars and we all want more. Mash the gases, we're on the line. Four wide and we're feeling fine. Drifting close in a slipstream dance. Taking the corners in a high-speed trance. Through the chicane, it's side by side. On Motor Mouth, there's nowhere to hide.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to XCAL Racing Webshop Series for round 12 here for the XCAL Racing 200 live from Cheesehead State, Wisconsin, the Milwaukee Mile. 200 laps, 200 miles. Believe it or not, yes, it's the Milwaukee Mile. It is 1 mile in length. We'll talk a little bit about that as well. You're going to see it all the beef, all the chaos happen here live tonight on Motor Mouth Broadcasting. Good evening, folks. I'm the Redneck Announcer, Jake Reeves, the boss man of Motor Mouth Broadcasting himself, Mr. Big Jim Cunningham, alongside, obviously, Robert Colgan, a veteran here with XCAL as well, alongside as well. And 9-month-old David Dean sitting right here on my lap. Just got him a little bit of medicine. But Jim, buddy, what's going on, baby? XCAL, Milwaukee. It's going to be a good one.
It is, man. Milwaukee, that's your standard. You know, when I think of flat short tracks, man, Milwaukee's the first one that comes to my mind. It's kind of a weird shaped racetrack. You know, it's got the two pretty symmetrical, turns, but long straightaways and pretty tight turns, flat. I don't know exactly what the banking is here, but it can't be more than about 7 or 8 degrees at the most. This place is and what's crazy is they run everything here, from, obviously like street stocks and stuff like that, but all the way up to Indy cars, NASCAR. I know that the O'Reilly series now, I know that those cars have run here at times. I'm not sure if the Cup cars have ever run here, but I'm sure they probably have, actually. Great racetrack, man. And this is short track country. People don't necessarily think of, the Midwest, which I guess you would consider Milwaukee Midwest, but I don't think people think of the Midwest as stock car country, but it is. Famous guys that came from this track were, Matt Kenseth used to run here a lot. Rusty Wallace. I know even Mark Martin used to come up here and race in this Midwest series up here. So yeah, this is a lot of history, man. It's going to be a good night of racing here. This track is fun, and I think it's going to produce some really good racing. By the way, I probably should add Rob's name to the commentator list since he's been here every week now. I didn't know if he was going to be a regular fixture or not, but he has become a regular fixture, so we're going to get his name on there as well because we love having Rob around. He's certainly a wealth of information, and some of it useless, like the Lamborghini pillow last week, but especially since that's unavailable in the XCAL web shop right now because of tariffs, I believe it or not. And,
I wouldn't be surprised on that.
Yeah, no, it is. But I tell you what, we got about 5 minutes till we start this race. Let's get our interviews done here, then we can get off track later. We got plenty of time to get off track later.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get them lined up right here. We'll start off, obviously, the very first one is going to be Travis Rowland. Yep. Travis Rowland. Slide him on up here. See what's going on with old Travis. Travis Rowland up here, broadcast booth, Redneck and Jake Reeves up here, buddy. I mean, good to see you back. Returning from, obviously returning to XCAL, here in 2026. Had one prior start in 2022. Where the hell have you been? Where have you been the past 4 years would be the big question.
Yeah, no, man. I mean, just life gets in the way and kind of stepped away from league racing for a while, but came back and I ran a session. One of my first races back was rookie street stocks, and I'm like, man, I wonder if XCAL's still going. Want to get my fix in, and sure enough, here I am.
Yeah, so actually we, of course, you were here last week. Was your first start back. You seemed to be obviously a little bit off the pace. I'm not to be insulting, but you were a touch off the pace last week, especially I think with the fuel situation. I don't exactly know what happened, but I know that you seemed to pit early on that first stop, and then you were kind of off the sequence with everybody else after that. But how does it feel to be back? Just back in this league with these obviously some of the best street stock drivers in the world, man.
Yeah, man, it's a thrill. I love it. It's just as fun as it was back when I was racing at first. Learning. I got to do a lot of learning. Like last week, I mean, I appreciate you guys thinking I was some kind of mastermind, but in reality, I was down to the cords in the right rear, and there was no shot I was going to make it around anymore without killing somebody. So, I mean, I do appreciate it, but again, it's all about learning.
We gave you credit. We tried to. If you didn't sell yourself out right there, everybody would have thought maybe you were on a genius strategy. But no, I mean, that's the thing. Right? People don't realize how hard it is to drive these cars, and you jump back in them, and if you don't have that week in, week out experience, man, it's easy to burn the tires off these things, and it just goes to show you what masters these guys are to keep their tires under them like that.
Exactly.
People think it's easy. Oh, just jump in here and turn left. Yeah, I wish it was that easy.
Yeah, right. But I got a little longer of a week underneath me now. I had a lot of practice laps, probably turned 200-300. A little closer, not where I need to be, but it's small steps. I'm just going to try to build for a top 10. First one as an owner and a driver. That's the goal tonight. I think I'm coming off third or fourth, so it's a good shot, but just all about learning. I mean, I know these guys are racing for points and stuff like that, so I'm not going to get too far into that, but I want to at least get some, seat time around some fast guys and learn some stuff.
Right. Yeah. No, we're ready
for it.
Yeah.
Go mix it up with them. See what happens.
Yeah. Maybe one day I'll have my own T-shirt in the XCAL.
That's right. No, you will. I have no doubt that you will. And I like that paint job on that car too. It's a good-looking car you got there. So, look, man, good luck. We're gonna wrap this up. I got one more to do here, and I've kind of run the time short a little bit. But, hey, we're glad to have you back, and I look forward to you getting a podium here soon and us getting you back up here for the kind of interview you want to be doing.
Yes, sir. Hey, thanks, guys, so much.
All right, buddy.
All righty, that was Travis Rowland, obviously getting back at it here tonight at the Milwaukee Mile. We'll go to the second interviewer that we got on tap, and obviously that is going to be David Malgi. And Dave, buddy, oh, baby, I'm telling you, I mean, ever since you won at Phoenix, here lately, I'll just be honest about this, it's not been good for you.
No, it is not.
No, well, I was going to say you sucked, but I was going to try to keep it as calm. I was going to try to keep it cool a little bit on that. I mean, from what we were hearing last night with the heat race, you only ran 10 laps and you said piss on it and you just pulled it into pits. What's the deal?
Yeah, well, last night I threw a wild set of changes at it at the setup and totally missed. It was absolutely undrivable. So I just said to heck with it. We'll go back and regroup. But as far as Kansas went, perfect storm. I downshifted, turned the wheel, and hit the brakes all at the same time on pit road, and wheel hopped, and it was no good. Didn't end well for me there. And last week, I just had my head completely up my butt for about the last 10 feet of pit road, hit 42 mile an hour, and it was over from there.
Yep.
And I was very upset last week because I had a fast car.
Yeah, that was a crucial. Well, both of them pit road mistakes. Both of them. Speeding killed you because you did have a good car last week, and then of course that no speed limit on pit road. People think that's crazy. But man, look, you coming into pit road at 100 miles an hour like that, it doesn't take much to upset that car, especially coming off of the track and down onto the apron. It can get upset easy, and boy, it sure did. Unfortunately, we got to wrap it up because y'all are about to grid up here any second. But look, man, it was good talking to you a few weeks ago when you got that win, and we do look forward to talking with you again here real soon.
Yeah, we'll get us the top 3 tonight, and I'll be back up later.
That's right. All right, man. Good luck.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
That was David Malgi. Comes home with obviously with that interview. Obviously, I get screwed up on that one, Jim. I'm still not used to the pre-race interviews. Real quick, Robert, what was you gonna say, buddy?
I think Dave got because he had a wheelbarrow. He had his nutsack and a wheelbarrow. I don't think the tire could take the weight, so that's why he's been a little slow.
Is that what happened?
So, yeah. I got him a new tire off of Amazon. He's going to be running that tonight.
Well, you gotta have better tires in your wheelbarrow if they're heavy. That's just how it goes. So,
got the styrofoam one.
All right, buddy. Let's get this grid going, Jake. Or we're going to run out of time.
Yeah, we'll run through it pretty quick because we've actually got somebody else that wants us to say a little something. Gerald Lawrence and Brent Mecca. It's going to be rolled off from the front row. Richie Joplin, Travis Rowland. Back there, we talked to, obviously, Travis Rowland there as well. That's in that row 2. Row 3, Jack McKee, Stephen T. Rex, Rex's Garage right there as well. Sean Andrews and Albie Hewins will be rolled off from 7th and 8th. You flip-flop back. You got J-Dog Seams. Got Earl Seams. Got the Seamses back there in row number 5. Row 6, Joe Campbell, David Malgi. Just talked to him just a second ago on the interview. And then Jose Gadino with Ryan Seams. It's a family affair with the Seams up here. And at the back of it, Happy Meal himself, Alex Goodall. Real quick, What did you want to say, buddy? Little man's been sitting here talking the whole damn time, Jim. I'm going to let him have his say.
Yep.
No, son, you can't eat the microphone. He's trying to eat the microphone. We'll bypass it for this moment as Happy Meal at the back of the trade. And here we go. XCAL Webshop Series, round 11, Milwaukee Mile. Let's get it on in the Cheesehead State. Lawrence jumping on out to an early lead. Travis Rowland going to shoot it down on the inside. He'll go to the second spot, looking for 3 wide back there in the back. Jack McKee going to jump up 2 spots already. Brent Meckes down 2 spots as well. Richie Joplin right there in that mix as well. But Lawrence going to lead him. Good God, we got one sliding this Joplin back there. He got stuck 3 wide and almost got stuck up into the hill.
Well, I tell you what, this track is this track's tough, man. I was talking with Gerald Poole before the race started about some their week and everything, and I was getting some facts and figures from them, and they were he was saying that that this track is one of them places that, depending on how you drive your car, you can absolutely burn the right front off this thing, or you can burn the right rear. And you look at some of these guys, the way these cars are sliding around, these right rears aren't going to last too long. This is an old track that eats up tires anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. David Dean, this is not your turn to talk. You had your turn, buddy. We're working now with Gerald Lawrence up here at the front. Jack McKee now going to second, Rowland in third. Meckes Rex right there as well. Meckes actually got the fastest lap here in this race, 33.424, the fastest lap. And Jim, it kind of looks like everybody's going to get single file for the most part. So you and Robert take it away for a second. A 9-month-old's ready to go to bed. I'll be back here in a sec.
All right, man. Tell David good night for us. Yeah, Rob, this is you were talking about, you ran a race here at Milwaukee a couple nights ago, and kind of share your experience of how the track is driving currently right now, and the effects it had on your car.
I mean, it's going to be easy to burn the right front up. It can be just as easy to burn the right rear up. I don't feel like we're going to see a lot of right rear burn up tonight, because these guys are going to keep in the back of their mind fuel too. So, but it's all about how you enter the corner. And to be honest with you, the slower you can enter it, the faster you're going to be off. It's flat. You're going to see guys when they go down in here in the 1 and 2, they might even use some of that berm down there, get a little fancy. So, yeah, it might look boring right now, but they're setting up to put on some good entertainment here at the end.
Oh yeah, I don't think it looks boring at all. I tell you what, I love flat short track racing, man. That to me, that's what racing is. High bank tracks are fun and everything, but man, give me a good flat short track, where you gotta drive the car through the corners, and it's so much about how you work that brake and that throttle pedal. This is,
you gotta be smart.
Yeah, this is just this is real. This is grassroots type racing, man, and that's really what these cars are intended for. It's fun to watch them on the super speedways and all that stuff, or on the mile and a halves every now and then and all. But the bottom line is, this is really what street stock racing is all about. These shorter tracks, although this is actually a long track for street stocks at a 1 miler. This would be in most worlds, this would be a super speedway for this type of car, but
the draft is important here.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I meant to tell
absolutely.
you. So when I did this Thursday night, I caught myself slacking. I was laying back. I'm like, I'm going to wait for it, and I'll just close in. My tires will be a little more fresher. Well, let me tell you something. If you lose that draft, you're just going to have to burn up even more tire to try to catch them, so it defeats the whole purpose.
Right.
So you can really you can screw yourself here still. That pit road entry is going to be another thing to talk about tonight. It's a little different than your traditional pit road entry.
Sean Andrews there, he's driving it right down underneath Rowland. Rowland's going back, qualified well. Obviously hot lapped it pretty well. He said he put in a lot of laps this week. It's going to be interesting to see how that pays off. Clearly he had the speed in qualifying, but that doesn't really mean a whole lot in this series with the length of these races. This series is very much about fuel burn, saving fuel, saving tires. Not
But
about one fast lap, you know.
Well, you got these hot lappers out here, and you look, because he gets picked on week in and week out, but he did it to himself anyway, so I don't even feel bad. Happy Meal man over here. He is fast. The man can wheel a car. But look where he's at, week in and week out with XCAL. And he's heard from Travis. You know, I feel like Travis is a fast guy, but he was not expecting what he dropped into the other night.
No.
Like, it takes some skill to do. This isn't just your ordinary league race.
No, it's not.
So,
and it's certainly not an official.
No.
I
but
mean, it's
see,
a whole
like,
different game. You know, I mean, the officials for this series are what, 20-minute races, something like that?
Depending on what you do. Depending on what kind of car track combo you have, some can take an hour, to be honest with you.
Do they have
with the
officials
cautions and
that?
stuff.
Oh, well, that's true. Yes, with cautions.
Mhm.
But that's the thing.
But-
These are 2-hour races without cautions.
Uh-huh.
Because,
Uh-huh.
I mean, how many nights do we run caution free, or sometimes just max one caution? Well, it looks like Andrew's kind of washed up the track there a little bit.
I think you're going to see a lot of that tonight,
Oh, yeah.
too. You missed your mark one time. I mean, you really screwed yourself.
Well, it's not going to take long for these tires to get, to get hot, and once these tires get hot, they get slick. Especially, what is our track temperature here tonight? Let's take a look. See what our weather conditions
I tell you what,
are.
the street stocks, I still believe the street stocks probably can put on the best show, oval racing wise. Even road racing, but oval racing wise, street stocks I think put on the best show anywhere. I mean, there's tracks. I thought Milwaukee was going to be boring with the street stocks. I did a race Thursday night. It was the most fun I had. I had a hell of a time.
Yeah, I wouldn't see. That didn't even occur to me, because I just know that street stocks in general are, flat tracks like Milwaukee are where these cars, that's where these cars race. I mean, most of your local asphalt short tracks that you go to around the country, the kind that we should be out supporting on Saturday nights and supporting the local racing on Saturday nights, they're going to be pretty flat tracks. I know Jake, where Jake's from up there in Georgia, you start to see a lot of these, it's pretty common. Then as you get into the Carolinas and stuff like that, they've got, there's a short track in every town. I mean, and they're all pretty much this type of track, just usually a little shorter than this one. This is an interesting facility, but yeah, this is grassroots, man. This is where it happens at.
Yeah, I mean, Jim, you think about it for a second. I mean, around here, obviously in Georgia, Northwest Georgia, hell, you can pretty much pick the whole state if you wanted to. But up here in, my area, obviously, Northwest Georgia Speedway in Chatsworth, Dixie Speedway in Woodstock, world famous Dixie Speedway in Woodstock, Georgia, Rome Speedway, which is in Rome, Georgia, where I live, but they shut the damn thing down, so...
Did they really?
Yeah. Well, rumor has it they're supposed to bring it back, and then I heard something about Northwest Georgia Speedway supposed to be getting paved. That would be crazy as hell. Well, it was either that or Rome. It was one of them was going to be. I think he said something about Rome possibly coming back, and they was going to pave it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong on that. Anybody get a chance, go look it up and correct me if I'm wrong by all means. But then you get all that, you just got the local short tracks. And I've always been a firm believer in that, Jim, is that you need to go out and support your local short tracks. Because some of these guys that go out there and they do these short track races and everything on the weekends, they bust their ass on a 9-to-5 job or however many hours they work throughout the week. Not only that, come home, support a family, and work on that race car to get it ready for that Saturday night race. And that is your hard-working American. That's not none of these spoon-fed kids That is hard work. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm
No,
gonna tell
you're
them.
right. No, you're right.
I mean, it's the hard-working Americans like me, like Jim, like Robert Cogan, like the XCAL Webshop Series drivers. Well, I would say most of them. I'm not sure about Jose. I forgot about him. But anyway, that's beside the point. But, Robert, I mean, I'm sure you agree with us 100% on that. I mean, you got to support your damn local short tracks. If you don't, they're going to go under, and that sucks. You don't want that.
No, I mean, you gotta have it.
It's something you see more and more common. Just people not supporting it. Insurance and everything. I mean, nothing gets cheap, and everybody thinks the racetrack owners make a ton of money, and the truth is they do it because they like it. There's not many that actually make much money. No. And one of the big tracks around here, World of Outlaws, has been coming up here, Marion Center Speedway. It was owned and operated for years by a guy that was a farmer. So he farmed all day, and then he worked on a racetrack in his a couple open hours. So, I think you're going to see more and more racetracks go away. Because Milwaukee doesn't even go to NASCAR anymore, does it?
I maybe with some of the lesser series, but possibly the truck still, and I'm not sure about the O'Reilly cars anymore. I know they used to, but yeah, I mean it's.
I'll tell you in a minute. I'll look it up.
Yeah, the thing is, you got to go out and support these. This is grassroots racing. This is where these kids come from that are ultimately going to be your Matt Kenseth of the world, or your Greg Biffles, the guys that came up working on their race cars as kids and learned it from the ground up. This is where they come from, and nowadays it's these tracks don't make any money, man. But it's still pretty cheap entertainment, man. You go out and take your family out here, and they're what, $15, $20 tickets to go out and watch a night full of racing, and it's not just one series. Usually when you go to these things, they've got 4 or 5 different classes running. You get everything from the Legends cars to street stocks to modifieds, late models. Usually something like that, and. We got to get out there and support local racing for sure. But I'll tell you what, this battle right here, man, Meckes and McKee have been dogging each other now for 10, 15 laps, man. I mean, they've been getting after it.
Here, McKee is not afraid at all to give you the bumper. And I've raced with Jack, but he's not dirty about it either. I mean, he likes making you look in the mirror.
As Jake knows, this is the kind of track where you have to put the bumper to somebody every now and then too, because it's flat track. Yeah. You gotta move them off that racing line.
And Brent's doing a hell of a job, because a lot of guys, this is a place you do not want to overshoot your entry either. I mean, you can really screw yourself.
Right.
So, and you're trusting. Brent's trusting Jack's braking point right now, because, like I said earlier, you have to enter this so much slower than you think. And, I mean, all it's going to take is one little mistake by Brent. And, because he's watching that mirror. He has to.
Yeah, well, there you go. Look. See, that just goes to show you right there about the draft. Look. I mean, he literally. Oh, there it is. Oh, go figure. Sometimes you get lucky with the camera,
Yeah. That's what she said.
Yeah,
but like I said, Jack is one of the cleanest to do it, though, too. He backed off. He could have stayed in it and looped Brent around or made that worse for Brent, but he gets every little bit out of the race car.
Yeah, I don't think he intended to put the bumper to him there. I think probably more than likely Brent didn't quite get off the corner like Jack thought he was. He might have spun the tires a little bit coming off the corner. And I think that's why Jack got into the back of him. But because at this point, Jack is not aggressively trying to get by him at all. He's just trying to stay right in his draft. And obviously conserving fuel at this point is more than likely what he's doing. As we see us pop up here, we got, Gerard Lawrence up here just doing it on his own in the 67, just He's out
He
there.
actually pulled away there too.
Yeah, this is, we'll see. We'll see how this works out with fuel strategy because again, he's not getting any draft off anybody. He's out there setting the pace on his own. As we know, with
a track like this, you can save that fuel in the corner by playing with that. So you got to keep that in mind.
Sure, no, you absolutely can. Yeah, you can definitely roll these corners for sure.
But it's just amazing. We say about the draft being important, and there they pulled back what they lost the last lap. Those two have been linked up for how many laps now?
Yeah, a
and
lot.
they're not catching them.
No, I don't think they're trying to at this point. I mean, I think at this point that even Brent is in a bit of a fuel conserve mode, and Jack's just doing the same and using the draft to help his fuel even better. I mean, I think you're seeing it back here as well. This is got a little freight train going back here, and I mean, there's a little, aggressive passing back and forth, but I think even some of that could potentially be just guys swapping around, all taking their turns, being the lead car in this train as they save fuel. It's funny how guys tend to run together, that maybe they're not even teammates, but they respect each other, they like each other. They like driving around someone. Like, I don't like to, in this type of racing, I don't like to follow somebody who's unpredictable, because all of a sudden they get on the brake too early and you hit them, and, and then you got damage, and, it just, it helps to have, there goes Seams up the track again. I mean, Andrews, I'm sorry.
That's Andrews.
Yeah.
Jim, I was going to tell you real quick about this one. Actually, I was looking it up. Because we were talking about, what other events happen here at the Milwaukee Mile.
Yeah.
And there's, the main one that they look forward to, obviously, is August 28th and August 30th, a little series. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't, called IndyCar.
Yeah.
Runs up here with the Milwaukee Mile. So they got their own Snap-on IndyCar weekend. Also, they got a, and I'm not making this up, you can look this up on the on the Wisconsin State Fair Park website, the Cream Puff 5K. Use your imagination. I don't know what I mean, it's a damn run, but Cream Puff, I would go with a different name for that. But
maybe it's all female.
A lot of hot moms.
Yeah. That could be
that
could be a home run right there. I mean,
no, there's guys in this too. No, there's guys running in this too.
Look at the brothers from another mother.
I know, huh? Look at these. Yep. And so, do you know what? We. How did Joe Campbell get a black flag? How did he get a meatball?
What did he do?
What in the world?
What did he do?
Did he? Is him and Earl Seams?
They must have,
Already
but I
pitting or
don't
something, or-
see.
He's got right front damage.
Let's see if this is where that happened at.
Let's see here. Earl Seams. There's Campbell up
Earl,
the road.
I see there. Yeah, see Earl. I went back and looked at it. Earl twitched loose
Where did that happen at?
off of turn 2 there. Just before that.
Right here?
Yeah, it looks like right here.
Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, he did
Right
twitch
here.
loose. Oh, got
Yeah.
into the wall. Yeah. Oh, and then he bounced off the wall and hit Seams. Seams hit Campbell's front end, and you could see his front end get smashed. Yep.
So you guys ever meet Joe? You guys ever talk to Joe?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, so what makes it funny but also like kind of scary is I know Joe, and Joe and I have had a rivalry over the years, and that's all been water under the bridge because there's other people that Joe's mad at now instead of me. But Joe is probably flipping out right now on Earl. And he's probably calling him some things.
Where is Joe? Is Joe?
Is he on pit? He'd be worth bringing up.
Well,
here.
that's what
Why
I'm
he's on
thinking.
pit
Where
road.
is he at? Is he in one of these Discords?
He should be.
I don't see him. Y'all take a look and see if you see him in Discord there while I'm watching.
Yes, he is under busting at the seams. Silent Joe Campbell.
Well, let's see if we can get him to not be silent.
Well, let's do it.
Let's drag him up
Let's do
here.
it.
Hey, Joe, what's up?
Nothing, obviously.
I was just telling these guys how happy you probably are right now.
Bunch of bullshit, man. Straight up bullshit. My own fucking teammate. Excuse the language. Sorry, I don't know if we're PG or rated R or what here, but man.
Well, that's up to the boss. If he don't care, we don't care. So you just do your thing. So what happened? He got loose in front of you and bounced it off the wall, or what?
Yeah, I let him go just because I didn't want to get wrecked. I'm just back from, I just moved into a new house, had a few weeks off, just getting back into the swing of shit. So I'm like, well, I'll let him go, no big deal. And he fucking, I don't know, just decides he's going to take a right and take us both out.
Well,
Hang on, Jim. Jim, you know where we're going with this.
yeah, no.
We got beef.
No, that's his
hell yeah.
teammate. I mean, it's not like he.
Shit, it happened.
Can't even go kill him next race, like,
Yeah.
stressful shit here.
Well, we're glad to have you back after a few weeks off of moving and getting your rig set up. Probably not going the way you want it to, but are you gonna be able to get back out there? How much more repairs do you have left?
Oh, I got another 3.5 minutes. I'm gonna go, take a couple hits, take a couple drags off the cigarette, and get back out there.
All right, man. Well, hopefully you can at least have an uneventful night and pick up a few points along the way.
All right, guys.
All right, buddy.
Thanks for pulling me in.
Good luck, Joe.
Oh.
Well, I mean, and you think about it, Jim. Obviously, Joe, thank you very much. But you think about it, there may be a possibility. Granted, obviously, Beef over there talking about his teammate wrecked him and everything else. If his teammate's still out there, he may try to flip that bitch around and go after him, and may get a caution or something. Might get some payback because. Jim and also Robert, you can chime in on this as well, but it kind of seems like it's that brotherly love kind of deal, where
that's true.
Truthfully, because you get the teammates, and then you get in there, you get associated, you get to talking and everything else. You fight like brothers and all that. Then eventually you wreck like brothers. 9 times out of 10, you're going to wreck again like brothers. You're going to cuss each other out. Name's going to get called, and then you ring the bell. I will ring the bell once again when all this shit kicks off because we will have beef once again.
Well, we see Brent got by Gerard Lawrence there. They closed up in the last 4 or 5 laps. I don't know if Lawrence's tires are starting to go away. It does look like he's starting to slide a little bit around there, and we know that Mecca's.
Here's the thing, Jack and Brent actually have pulled 2 seconds on 4th on back. So I'm wondering if Gerard's just falling in.
Maybe.
Because they're going faster.
Maybe.
Save some fuel.
Maybe so. I think certainly Brent and Jack were saving their tires, and I think that their cars have picked up speed here later in the run. If you look, Brent's last lap was not too far off of his best lap in the race, and some of these other guys are off over a second already from their better laps. So I think that's a situation where, where Brent saved his stuff there, and I think his tires are probably in a little better shape right now.
I agree.
You can see Lawrence's car. Sorry, you can see Lawrence's car stepping out. If you watch the rear end on it, it's stepping out on him right now. It's starting to.
Yeah, but I'm wondering too if that's just some of the air. I can say it does. It can do that. One thing we can obviously say is Gerard wasn't burning up the right front any whenever he was leading.
No.
But it looks like Jack's kind of falling off here.
A little bit, yeah. His times have, for sure. But I wonder if he's just chilling still, too, Well, he's
At that
sliding around
distance,
too, though. Yeah, he's sliding around too. That car's twitching hard. Like right there, he got off the corner, and you could see when he put the throttle down, it stepped out again on him. So that means that back right is getting worn. But we're getting there, man. I mean, we're probably, let's see, let's take a look here. We'll go up, we'll ride with Brent up front here. We'll do it. Let's take a look at the telemetry here. I mean, they're getting close on a fuel run here. So, I mean, we're estimating probably somewhere between 55 and 60 laps on a tank of fuel. And we're at lap 45 now. So, I would say more than likely these tires are getting pretty angry about this point.
Robert, at this point right here, I mean, granted, you know me, I know a lot about, the NASCAR side of things and everything else. Jim mentioned it a second ago, 60 laps, give or take 50, 60 laps on a tank of fuel. But would you just kind of NASCAR it? If that makes any sense, would you just NASCAR it and just do 50, 60 laps, just for the gas, just to, fill it up? I mean, would you just do it that way just to make it to that 50, 60 laps and just keep rolling like that? Or would you try something different? What would you do in that situation?
I think everybody, if we go green checker, no caution, no matter what, everybody's going to have to make 3 pit stops. So do you keep pitting early and try to make up time there? It'll pit a little after lap 50, gain time on everybody on fresher tires. Or do you save enough or stretch it out long enough and try to take less fuel than everybody at the last stop? Well, I think that's going to be the money.
That right there is exactly the $1 million question. And I believe that. And based on
you can gain time.
Oh, yeah.
You can gain time through the whole race.
Oh, absolutely.
And then take more fuel. So it's like,
no, I mean, that's truly the strategy question. From what we've seen so far, it seems like the guys who go longer and take less fuel on the last stop seem to do better in most of these races. Based on what experience I've had and watched since I've been back full time calling the series. The guys that seem to pit early and it doesn't seem to be as solid a strategy,
Yeah, I mean, Travis Rowland, because if we want to talk about strategy, he's actually fallen off here too.
Yeah, well, he has, but he's settled in pretty nice.
Yeah.
If you look at his lap times, I mean, well, he is off the pace a little bit.
Yeah, but I think he's doing a lot better than last week.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, he fell off.
Well,
he dropped off.
I think he got a dose of medicine last week, man. I think he realized quick, Jesus, I gotta get out there. Like he said, he put in 200-300 laps this week practicing. I mean, you don't just jump in these cars and run with these guys,
Oh,
he's fast enough to do it.
Yeah, I mean, Jim, we talked to him obviously right there in the pre-race when he sat there and he talked about it, and I mean, damn, he about took turn 2 wall out right there,
yeah.
but I mean, obviously he had that one start back in 2022. We talked about that as well, and that he came back last week and everything else. I mean, you got to kind of give him a little bit of a break, as now we're actually not going to give him no damn break, because he's just going to go ahead. He's going to pit at this point right here.
Well, he's inside the window,
the first
for
one
sure.
to do it. Yeah, well, he's the first one to pit out of everybody. So Travis Rowland jumping down pit road for his very first pit stop.
Well, he's he's going to go on that, apparently on that 50-50-50 situation, or 50 in this case 52, and then 104 probably. He's going to do that, and he can take a little less fuel on that last stop, but he's going for the fresher tires early. But we'll see. I mean, I think that's it's a good strategy, and it's clearly different than anybody else is doing right now, which I like that too. By the way, Gerald Poole says that is absolutely not air. He said that is right rear tire wear we're seeing out there, which doesn't surprise me at this point. These tires are eat up by this point at this track.
You can already see the rubber that's been laid down.
Oh yeah.
With the amount of cars we have out there too, I mean, and that much rubber already getting laid down. It's hot.
Yep.
It's flat. That's what I like about a flat track.
Yep.
Is you ain't got no banking to save you.
Nope. I love it, man. I tell you, and this right here is my nightmare too, because I run a loose race car, and I cannot stand burning the right front off of a car. You know, I cannot drive a car that I burn the right front off of, because I can't drive a car that won't turn. You know, I can drive a loose race car, but I can't drive one that don't turn.
I'm the same way. I give up. If it's too tight, don't even try. I'm just like, we're gonna come down and get some ice cream.
Yeah, right. Get us an ice cream bar.
Get some ice cream and run with it. Obviously, 55 or 200 laps here tonight. Jim, we talked about it. Well, me and you, we've talked about it numerous times. With some of these tracks, obviously, Milwaukee Mile, obviously, it's been around for quite some time. As we're now starting to see Gerald Lawrence, Sean Andrews, obviously the 6704 jumping on down pit road. Pole sitter Gerald Lawrence, excuse me. Why the hell do I keep calling him Gerald? It's Gerard Lawrence.
Gerard.
I have called him Gerald every freaking time that we've been in here. I've called him Gerald, and his name is Gerard. I would love for him to win a race. That way he could get in here and say, "Hey, dumbass, my name is Gerard,
That's right.
not Gerald."
So
That
you know
would
what you got to think of when you
beautiful.
think of him? You got to think of, as we're starting to see all these guys come in now. Ryan
Gerard
Seams
Butler.
is coming in. Yeah, Gerard Butler, exactly.
I
Think of 300. Every time he needs to put a 300 logo on that car, and we'll never forget his name again. We started
Well, I
to
was
see.
thinking law-abiding citizen.
Oh, which one?
Law-abiding citizen. You remember Jamie Foxx?
Well, that's true.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, but now
The 300
I'll
was good,
always remember Gerard Butler for 300. Mekas is coming in too.
Yeah.
Gerard's got a yacht.
Gerard.
Well, I hope so. Gerard Butler ought to have a damn yacht. Oh, you're talking about Lawrence.
Gerard Lawrence has a yacht.
Does he?
He gets ladies on his yacht.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so who's
He's coming off pit road too?
Who's our guys that are stretching it here? We got Malgy's up there doing his thing. Richie Joplin. We haven't talked about Richie all night tonight yet so far. He's up there doing his thing. Still, we're going into lap 58. I mean,
he's going to take the lead too from that.
Yeah.
So he's the last one. It looks like. Well,
no.
Malgy.
You got Malgy. You got Godino. You got Albee. And you got Happy Meal. Well, I'll tell you what, he really needs to go get a McDonald's sponsorship, doesn't he? Because we have linked him to McDonald's permanently.
Robert, by the way, real quick, the Gerard Lawrence saying that he has a yacht. I come this damn close to saying something, and Jim would have been mad as hell at me probably. But I'll put it to you this way: it was a joke that a guy told a long time ago about the boat ride.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody out there in the live chat, if you know what I'm talking about, God help everybody on that one. Where he gets all the girls to go for a little boat ride and everything, and then it turns out bad for him.
The Titanic.
No.
Is that what you're talking about?
No. Look up, bad as I gotta say it, look up Jay Hickman, the boat ride. Listen to that joke right there. You will laugh your tail off, and you will see where the hell I'm going with this.
I don't know that one either. There's Malgy's coming in.
Oh, I'll send it to you.
Malgy's coming in, so now we've got Jose has the lead out there.
Mm-hmm.
He's running the long strategy.
I feel like if anyone can make this kind of strategy work, it's actually Jose. He's one of them guys, and this is kind of like a plate race too. If you think about it, we got a short track and a plate race. Jose always finds his way up to the front at some point.
I mean, well, he's coming in now, but again, I mean, we're at lap 60 or past on these pit stops, and those guys are going to be, if they rotate on a 60 lap cycle through this thing, they're not going to need much fuel on that last pit stop. I mean, if I'm picking a strategy, I'm probably going long and taking less fuel at the end, but there's probably an argument for the making time up with better tires, So
that's what got me lost. I mean,
we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out here after everybody pits and we get everything worked out here as Albie's coming in. Jose's in, so that's it. Everybody now has pitted at lap 62. Basically is the last of the pit stops.
And see, I was looking through here. Jack, Brent, and Gerard, they're going to come around to be our leaders, obviously, again. They've spaced way apart.
Mm-hmm.
Way, way, way apart.
Mm-hmm. Which is interesting considering, well, Gerard, he pitted early. He pitted it at 55, and so those fresher tires are, he's pulled a gap on these guys because he's had a couple laps fresher tires. Like, Brent pitted on 57, McKee on 56. Yeah, well, we'll see. Again, short term, I think that is the strategy that's going to get you up front is you're going to be faster on pitting earlier. But in the end, on that last pit stop, he's going to be on pit road. As we know, it's 3.5 seconds per gallon of gas. Thanks to Gerald Poole for that information. It's 1 second for 1 liter of gas. So, and who the hell uses liters? So I was glad that he provided me with the 3.5 seconds per gallon because, I didn't want to take my shoes off to have to count that high. So, but
you got to times it. Times it.
Yeah, that's it's timesing that. They barely taught timesing when I was back in school. Speaking of that, look at the damn rubber that is built up out on the outside of the racing line. I tell you what, man, if somebody gets up in the marbles, you are going to hit the wall. There ain't no doubt about it. It's like, look at that.
Jim, caution throws us all off.
Jim, there is more. Got to help me right here.
Do it.
Yeah, piss on it. I'll do it. There's more rubber out here on this racetrack than a box of condoms right now. I'm telling you right now, there is that much rubber that is out here. You knew I was going there. You knew I was going to at least take a shot at it.
You went cleaner than I thought you were, if I'm being completely honest.
How far did you think I was going to go?
I don't know. There's more used rubber on that track than a whorehouse or something like that, or there's all kinds.
In your mama's room.
Oh my goodness! Now that's just for the record, folks. He is not a Motor Mouth employee at all. I take no responsibility in that whatsoever. No, I'm kidding. But seriously though, you drift off the line and you're going to hit the wall. And we saw what a relatively minor impact did to pissed off Joe Campbell. I mean, he didn't take that hard of a shot from his teammate there. And then on top of that, he didn't even hit the wall that hard. And he was almost 12 minutes on pit road getting repairs done. So you slide up into that wall. If you look, these guys are cooking it pretty good before they get on the brakes here. They're 122, 123 miles an hour getting into the turn. If that front tire lets go a little bit and you slide up, you're going to hit that wall cruising, and that's going to tear that car up.
What I like is there's really not any point in a whole lot of fuel saving. So these guys just aren't laying off. Like, everyone knows they have to make 3 pit stops.
Yeah, you're right. This is not really one of those races. This is, a little bit, because you can do that short pit on the last stop, and that could pay off. But I think that, I agree with you. This is not necessarily one of those races. which may be that the other strategy, taking the tires earlier pays off.
What I just noticed here is Mr. Happy Meal's running a pretty important number tonight.
He is, yeah. And he's not
a lap down.
I know, and he's in the 48. Believe me, I saw that. But I know we've got, Octavio's coming back soon because the Coca-Cola thing ended last week. By the way, oh, Gerald, yes, Gerald said more rubber than a truck stop in New Orleans. On Airline Highway in New Orleans. Anyway, yeah, Gerald, if you could, let us know how Octavio finished up in that deal. I know he was in the top 40 going into the last week, and I did not see him after that, so I'm not sure what is going on. Why is Goodall?
I think we lost Goodall.
We just did lose Goodall. We did. We just lost him.
I mean, that's going to be a bit of a hit for that 48
that is
car owner points. That's what I'm thinking. Gerald's the owner.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have put in like Joplin or even like, why does Jose never hop in a 48? He's consistent. He's solid. He's going to be there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's and what I think we just lost him because he is not out there.
Lost that Wi-Fi at McDonald's.
Oh my God, we are ruthless. That poor guy. He sure picked a wrong role, man. We have lit him up. Like I said, if you're, if you're like freaking Matt Bear, and you can run like that, or these guys that runs up front consistently like that, like Octavio, and you want to talk shit, and you can back it up, man. Look, I love that. That to me, that's Earnhardt back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, Earnhardt would, he would rough you up, but he could back it up, and he could, I just don't see talking smack and run. And running in the best car in the field and running in the back of the pack, I don't know.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I would say, well, real quick, sorry about that. I was going to say, yeah, but it was Kyle Busch back in the day. Damn sure ain't right now because he can't get out of his own damn way. But back in the day, he could talk shit and back it up. He really could.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't do his reputation any good, but
it did with some of us.
I mean, I like Kyle Busch. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yes.
To me, I don't really care how big of an ass you are. If you can drive the wheels off a race car, look at this little nice move right here by Richie.
It just didn't help that he had M&Ms on the damn hood, but yeah.
Still, I mean, he had probably the wrong sponsor for his attitude, But
I think that's what made it even more funny, though.
I mean, I can see that too.
I can see that a little bit.
Imagine if he didn't have that sponsor.
So Alex had a electrical storm around his house right now, and so that's apparently, I'm guessing, he didn't say he lost power, so I'm guessing he might have shut down so he doesn't blow his rig up, or something.
Well, I'll tell you who that's good for, though, is Joe Campbell. That's going to be a spot he gains. And he's missed a couple weeks and
that's
stuff.
True. Yeah.
That's why you do the whole thing.
That's why you stay in there and get the 10 minutes, 11 minutes of repairs. That's right. I mean, that's what it's all. You get every point you can because you never know, especially in a 30-race season like this. This isn't some 10, 12-week league. This is 30 weeks, man. These are guys right here getting after it, though, man. Richie drove it under seams there, and these three are four really with. Travis. I tell you what, Travis definitely looks like a different driver than he did last week. I have to say, you can tell he's put in some work, and he's definitely more settled in the car this week than he was last week. I mean, my guess is because I know he bought that car late in the week because I saw the post when he bought it. And I think he jumped in there with probably a very minimal amount of practice, and and just thought, well, I'll get out here and get my feet wet, and quickly realized that he was way off the pace. But I mean, he looks like a different guy this week. But this battle right here, man, I am. This is getting fun here with Seams and Joplin. The rest of the field's a little bit spread out right now. That's here. Here's a discussion for the broadcast. What's everybody's opinions on stages and stage breaks?
Oh, yeah, don't even get me started.
Well, I'm guessing you're against them.
I'm not. So how I would say is, like, I also didn't like the playoff system. And I won't argue, though, everybody tuned in and watched the championship race. It made for a fun overall season. But I didn't like it. I want my races to go green to checkered if they run clean. I don't want to see them redo it again. You got 3 races in one.
Yes, you do. That is the argument. That is the exact same argument that Carl Edwards put up, and obviously that famous speech that he gave, about that. So this is my take on that. Okay, I am. Anybody knows me?
You're gonna save me for last. On this side of big end.
No, I know where you're gonna be at. I already know where you're gonna be.
But I got a good explanation for mine. But go ahead.
But my thought is this, okay? In the interest of broadcasts and high-level excitement, having a stage break or two in a race of this length potentially creates better racing because it puts the cars back together again. And there is some level of excitement that comes from that. Potential for, other incidents, obviously closer racing, but I'm a purist, and anybody that has followed this channel knows that everything old school I like, so there's a part of me that don't want no stages. But from a broadcast standpoint and entertaining to watch, if you think about it, when you watch racing on TV or even here on YouTube, the races that go green all the way are usually not as exciting as the races where there's more incidents involved.
Because the average fan, though.
Yes, for the average fan. But again, isn't that kind of what the appeal of this is, to lure more of the average fans in to watch, potentially buy merchandise from the wonderful XCAL Racing Webshop? By the way, those pinned T-shirts right now, they got some really cool, fun sponsor T-shirts. Y'all need to get in there and check those out. And of course, those the new mugs, those are fantastic as well. Check out the XCAL Racing Webshop when you get a chance. And rumor has it that they are trying to get the Lamborghini pillow back.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're on the move trying to make that happen for folks. There is a pillow in there, though, right now, I believe. Something about a whale or
there's a couple of pillows in there.
Yeah, but anyway. So that's my take, though, is, if we're trying to lure in more fans to watch and stuff, that would be my only thing that I would say I would support. Stages would be for that. But I'm old school. I
agree.
Give me a straight championship. Give me a straight race, all the things. But now, Jake, let's hear yours.
Well, I'll go ahead and speak for the elephant in the room. I'll basically, speak up on this one, and I'll just say,
you don't need to call me an elephant. I'm big, but I'm not that.
Well, that wasn't where I was going with that. But
well,
I mean,
the ladies did, and never mind. Go ahead.
Oh man, basically, I'll speak for what everybody else has probably got on their mind. Stage racing is bullshit. At least in my opinion. Now, Jim, I agree with you 100%. When it comes to a broadcast standpoint, if we're doing the broadcast, Now I'm all for one on that one because it helps us out. It helps me. It helps you out. Okay, we find us a stage. Okay, you got a chance. You can go take a piss. You can go get a beer. You can, get you a snack. You can get you something. You can stand up, stretch your legs, whatever you got to do. It gives you that opportunity to take a break as far as a broadcasting standpoint. But when it gets to the big time NASCAR series and everything else, don't do stages. Would they, and I agree with Robert. I didn't like the playoffs. I didn't really like them. To be honest with you, the chase is good. I mean, it is good, but I prefer to go full season for 36 straight races. Now, some of you out there may go, well, Jake, you're a dumbass for that. Why would you do that? It would kill the stands. Let me tell you why. The stands is already empty. They were full back in the early 2000s. Granted, you had better. And Jim, I'm going off the rails here just a little bit, but
feel free.
But you had more. I'll agree. Back in the early 2000s, I mean, obviously right after Dale Earnhardt died, which is very, very sad and everything else. But you had some very, very, very popular NASCAR superstars. You had Dale Jr., you had Jimmy Johnson, you had Tony Stewart, you had Jeff Gordon, you had Kurt Busch that was coming into the mix and pissing everybody off and pissing off Jimmy Spencer and all that good stuff. You had all that going on. Well, what was going on at Bristol? It was sold out. You literally had a wait. You literally had to get on a waiting list to get a ticket to sit anywhere in that stadium. Okay, so these people that come out here and say, well, this chase needs to happen, these stages need to happen because it brings the fans in. If you left the damn thing alone, the fans would still be here. Now, granted, that's old school fans. I'm still old school at heart. I mean, I'm 34, but, that's what I grew up on. Don't make a damn show out of it. At least that's just my opinion. When you got big-time stock car auto racing like
what
that.
Would you argue?
Yeah.
What would you argue is the greatest moment in NASCAR in the last, say, 10 years? The most memorable moment in all of NASCAR in, say, the last 10 years. First thing that comes to your mind.
That president that stepped down for NASCAR a couple of months ago. What was his name? Steve Phelps. Yeah, when he hauled ass and he got out of there, that was the best.
Not exactly what I was going for, but
I can't think. My thing is, I can't think of anything really that memorable.
I can think of one. I can think of one thing, and that
in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
What, Jimmy Johnson winning his 7th championship?
No, was that in the last 10 years? To be honest, I don't think that many people. Well, I don't think that there were a ton of people that were that excited by that, because I don't think that people wanted to see Jimmy.
Well, it was historic.
It was historic, but I don't think people wanted to see that him in the same category as Earnhardt and Petty.
Did he ever feel like the GOAT?
No.
The thing is,
he's not the GOAT.
Earnhardt and Petty dominated in their prime. Jimmy kind of just predicted. He played the system. He got a system that he could play with.
Well, I would argue that his crew chief. His crew chief is the GOAT.
Well, yeah.
Chad Knaus is absolutely the GOAT, I think. But that's another story. But anyway, back to my point. You said don't make it a show. The one moment that I think of in the last 10 years where everybody was like, holy shit, that was NASCAR, was when old boy went powering around the wall on the last lap and pulled that video game moment.
Ross Chastain, my
Chastain.
boy. Yeah.
That was absolutely one of the most memorable moments on track, certainly in the last 10 years. When that happened, every frickin' body was talking about it. The video was everywhere. God knows how many reels went viral over that. You know what I mean? And that's a show. That was a show. That was exciting.
Yeah, but that was cool, and obviously with the playoffs and the way that they was that was obviously, from last season on back and everything, made Ross do that particular instance. I'm
playoffs
thinking
made that move.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
If there's no playoffs,
okay.
do you make that move?
No.
Like, with that many
probably
races,
not.
that many
Probably
races
not.
left. So that's your argument then? Like, I don't like playoff racing, but that's your argument then, is the playoffs
Created that moment.
Created that moment.
Well, that's
because-
kind of my point with all of it, is that the things that you do that make it a show, make it exciting. I mean, I don't know. It's again, I'm old school, so this is a hard argument for me to have, because I'm literally talking out both sides of my ass at the same time.
I'll help you on this, Jim, because I've got it right here. Would you go to a race? You go to a NASCAR race, or a short track race, or a dirt track race, or whatever. What is the first thing that you're going to watch? Are you going? Let me explain it to you in a better sense.
Honestly,
are you going to? Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, NASCAR and short track are two different animals to me.
Well, but
Okay.
I'm making a point behind it.
Okay.
You go to a race. You go to an automobile race. What are you going there to watch?
Excitement. I want passes. I want wrecks. I want beef. I want guys putting a bumper to someone and passing him. I want excitement. I don't want to watch a 100-lap feature that goes caution-free and the cars stretch out around the track. That's not what I'm going to sit there for 2 hours for. I want excitement. I want to see the bumper being put to guys. I want to see crashes. I want to see, exciting stuff. That's me. I mean, I may be in the minority there, and if please chime in chat as well.
Well, that's what I was going to throw out there on that as well. With the old school race back. Granted, yes, you went there, you wanted to see some kind of crazy shit happen. You wanted to see, like, when you go to Talladega, everybody was expecting the big one.
Yeah,
everybody was expecting this.
absolutely.
Everybody was expecting that. But the main reason that everybody went for was to go to a race. I mean, they went for the cars, or they went for the drivers. They didn't go for the playoff format. They didn't go for, the drama or anything like that. Everybody more or less went because, hey, at least this is me. I could be wrong, Jim, and obviously, like you said, everybody in the live chat, light it up and let us know what you think. Let us know if we're dumbasses and you're thinking different than we are. But when we would go to these races, and obviously me and my dad, my dad got me into it, and obviously we're, from Georgia, right? So, we like Bill Elliott, I like Earnhardt and all that stuff. But you could be relatable to these people. That is something right there that you do not have today in NASCAR. No. You do not have anybody that you can be relatable to.
Well, you know why?
Back then, you could be relatable to Dale Earnhardt because he worked his ass off through the week on the farm and then went out there and
he was a millionaire, but he didn't come off like a millionaire. A lot of these guys now come off like they're rich. You know what I mean? And you can't by the way, we're at lap 101 now, and I've been watching Lawrence's car here. Man, he has gotten so loose in and off.
But he's still fast.
No, he is. I mean, he is. But, we're coming up on his pit cycle. If he pitted on 55 the first time around, we should see him at about 110 on this one. So we'll see. It's about 7 or 8 laps away from his pit. But I've been watching him, man. You can see right there. He's loose in, and then, look, he's right here. He's loose off. Look at that thing.
That's just kind of Gerard's style, though.
Is it? Okay. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying I'm watching him. I got to think that the tires are getting shady on that old car,
Gerard's a good little dirt racer, so that's kind of like comfortable to him.
But
he likes it. That's how I would like it.
Let's not lose sight of the fact of what car he's driving too.
I was going to say something before because I had noticed the King ain't here.
Yeah, no,
Gerard's got big shoes to fill.
He does. Well, he's doing a hell of a job so far. I mean, he's at this point, he's probably led the most. I don't think that there's hardly a chance that anybody could lead the most laps other than him at this point, because he's led quite a lot. Let's see what he has led.
The owner of that car, I believe, is in second place.
He is,
as I said.
and that's if I'm not mistaken, they finished 1 and 3 last week, didn't they? And now we got
They work together well.
Yeah, and Lawrence is doing a hell of a job in the car so far tonight. To be honest with you, when Bear's here, you think of that car differently. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it never even dawned on me that he was in Bear's car for a while. But then I put 2 and 2 together, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute,
But that goes back to last week. We had talked about him not ever being in talk of being the GOAT, and he should be. So
in my opinion, he should be for sure.
Yeah.
I don't see how he's not in that conversation. Maybe he's not. Maybe you're not giving it to him yet.
You know what I think Matt Bear's problem is?
By the way, Lawrence has led 84 laps so far tonight, guys. So he's just a few laps away from nobody being able to take that away from him.
Well, so GOAT talk. When you had Luke Turpin as the GOAT in XCAL, you had Austin Edwards, and then you got Octavio. I know when I see the number 454, that's Luke Turpin. When I see the number 18, that's that's Austin Edwards. And when I see the 48, I know that's Octavio's number.
Right.
Matt Bear changes his number like crazy. I mean, I
That's
don't
true.
know if he's ever run the same number. So is that
Yeah.
why?
Well, he's even
the
driven
number-
different numbers during the season. He drove the 70 car one night, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does he need to just to stick? If Matt Bear, like as a driver, you are making a number iconic also.
Certainly.
And that's the thing we don't have. That's like
Yeah.
you talk about all this playoff stuff and all that stuff. You can say a number, it doesn't mean anything, but when you did say the number 3, that was Earnhardt.
Yep.
5 was
Yes.
Labonte, 24
Oh, I think in
Gordon.
NASCAR, it's 100% the number, becomes iconic and synonymous with the driver,
Like when you see that 48 in NASCAR, when you see
Jimmy
the number
Johnson.
48,
I don't care who's
Jimmy
driving
Johnson.
it now.
And
I don't
Alex
care how many
Bowman's driving it.
championships they win. It's going to be, that's 48's going to be Jimmy Johnson's car. The 24 will always be Jeff Gordon. I don't care if the guy in it now wins 10 championships. The majority of people are still going to think of Jeff Gordon when they think of that car. I can promise you that Austin Dillon,
Still Jr.
Austin Dillon will never be known as the driver of the 3 car.
Oh, hell no.
he's just known as the clown that
Well,
tried to drive
that's,
3
you know,
cars. But see,
Yeah.
like you do go back to iconic moves. The most iconic move, I believe, in NASCAR.
Oh, I already know what you're going to say.
It was a hot night in Bristol, and Earnhardt bumped Terry Labonte out of the way.
Yep.
Which way do you go now?
Just wanted to rattle his cage.
But it's like, we didn't have playoffs. We didn't have stages.
No.
They didn't even have them on TV all over the place.
No.
And the stands were packed, and Earnhardt got
Well,
booed.
the stands weren't packed back then. Let's not kid ourselves.
Whoa,
Stand-
whoa, no, wait a damn minute now.
No, the stands were not packed. The stands were not packed. Go look at the numbers. It wasn't even close. The time when NASCAR was in its heyday was not then. In our minds,
that's the thing.
No.
in our minds, it may have been the heyday because of the drivers and the impression that they left on us and all of that. But as far as fans in attendance and TV numbers and any of those kind of things, it wasn't then. Whoa. Well, he almost got out of shape coming on the pit road there, and he's right on his number, lap 111, and he's coming in. So, yeah, he's running his strategy. So if that holds true, then Brent here should pit in, I guess, about 2 more laps or so. And I'll really be curious to see if Malji can hold out and Jose, because that's an interesting strategy they're on. But I would argue that, if you go back to that wasn't NASCAR's heyday. The NASCAR's heyday was when they were putting 160,000 people in Bristol Motor Speedway, and you had to wait for tickets. And that was when they were surpassing the NFL on Sunday for viewership numbers. and
Yeah.
that wasn't during that time period of NASCAR. That was in that time period of, I guess the
2003s,
3s, 4, 5,
3,
somewhere in there.
4,
Yeah.
somewhere in that range. Yep.
Yeah. And but I think we all throw back. Oh, here he comes.
Brent.
Well,
That pit road's tricky to get on
It is tricky, isn't it?
because you can run straight into them barrels, but then you got to zigzag.
I'm not going to say I want to see somebody hit a barrel tonight, but
I do.
there's a part of me that wants to. Yeah, there is a part of me that wants to see that. So let's see. Now it's going to be Richie should pit on the next lap probably or two, and then Malgi and Godino stay out there.
Can you do 4 tires and enough fuel on the last stop, or is it worth doing 2 tires?
No, you can. Well, I thought we established last week.
Wait a minute. It's better just to take 4. But it's a lot slower to put the tires on.
Somebody said they're not seeing any video.
I can see it.
Yeah, no, I'm watching. Is either one of y'all have YouTube open? Because I'm watching it on Restream. But yeah, I think it should be working. I think that whoever that is, Danny Sargent, I'm guessing. I think that might be something on your end.
I see it perfectly fine on YouTube.
Yeah, I think that's something on your end, Danny.
Watching it right now.
Plug it back in.
I'm sorry, say it again. But we're I think everything's working. Yeah, it's probably something on your end, Danny.
He's got his eyes closed.
I think it's. I'm guessing that it's probably a female by the spelling. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but more than likely that's a female.
Oh, you know what? That Danny Sargent. That's Joe Campbell's wife.
Oh well. Then hopefully you weren't watching earlier.
Oh damn!
Oh
wow! Oh man,
he's put in some work though. He's made up a spot.
No, he is. I mean, look, he's doing the part that every driver freaking hates to do, man. Mm-hmm. And that's when you're freaking 10 laps down or whatever. More than that, he's 20 laps down.
He mentioned they just moved into their new house.
Yeah.
And, that's all good and everything, but you ever move into a house? You know how stressful that is?
Oh, yeah, I know exactly how stressful that is. I damn well know exactly how stressful it is. My wife's had me out in the garage packing last weekend and this weekend, and, yeah, I'm well aware. All right, Joplin's in. Malgi's still out there. He's got, at the rate he went last time, 3 more laps or so, and he's going to come in and pit along with Jose. Should be 3 or 4.
He kind of played this game in Phoenix, keep in mind, when he won the race, too.
Well, this is classic Octavio, classic Matt Bear kind of strategy, which is go long and then you short stop the last stop, or in some of their cases, you completely skip the last stop. That's not going to happen here because they would have had to do 66 or 67 laps per pit cycle to make that happen.
Keep in mind, 10 to go. We're green the whole way through, so you're not going to get that late caution.
That's right.
See, you got to be 10. You got to make your window. Ooh. He does that a lot. He likes to hit the wall off the corner.
Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't like to hit it, but
he's done it a lot, though.
I tell you what, his tires are. I mean, the tires are getting ancient at this point, man. They're, the tires are as old as I am.
It's like anytime I'm watching Dave. And I'm a fan of Dave, but anytime
are you really?
Him,
I'd have never guessed
that man hits the wall. He hits the wall off the corner every time I'm watching him. So I just assumed he liked to do it.
Fast guys like to run the wall there, But here he comes. Looks like he's coming here. There he is. All right, yes, everything's holding true to the last one. He's pitting exactly 60 laps. Godinho's probably going to pit on the next lap or 2. We'll see, man. I don't know. I'm questioning whether the strategy is going to which strategy is going to work best. But we're getting both ends of the cycle. You know, I mean, we got Lawrence in the 67 car, obviously an incredibly fast car. You know, we can't use the 48 for a reference tonight, unfortunately.
But look at this right here, Jim. Not to cut you off or nothing, but Lawrence and Mekas, there was a pretty big gap, if I remember correctly, when they went in and they made their pit stops. Lawrence, Mekas, they ain't far off. Like I mean, you see the 67 where Lawrence is, and Mekas not too far back. Right there they are. They just went by us right there. Stephen Rex right there behind them as well.
Yep.
This lead has somewhat closed up.
Oh, yeah.
With Jack McKee up here, obviously pitting a little bit earlier, like we mentioned and everything. Up here in front of this as well.
The reason
Could be an
that it
interesting little
closed
battle
was
getting ready for that.
It was 2.5 seconds midway through that last run. Then, right as before Lawrence pitted, say the 5 laps or so before Lawrence pitted, Mekas had closed that gap up to about what it is right now. He had gotten right behind him. So, but then Mekas got off pit road about a second plus a little bit, second and a couple tenths off pit road faster than Lawrence did on that last cycle of pit stop. So that's really got it closed up now.
Are they taking less fuel on their stuff?
No, I don't think so. I think.
Well, I mean, Gerard McKee was in third and jumped both of them.
Well, now he probably did take less fuel because he had a short pit stop right there. He only took a 55-second pit stop, so he undercut them by 7 or 8 seconds. So he certainly took less fuel. But
did he lay off to stretch it out and be on the same plan?
No, I think what he did was he did a short. I think he's. You know how on the last pit stop now, like Malji's going to be able to take a whole lot less fuel, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that what Jack did there was he averaged that between the 2 pit stops. He took a little less this time, and he's going to take a little less the last time. Whereas,
it'll be interesting. See where he comes out.
Well,
with
see,
this.
to me, I don't know that I like that strategy here. If you're, to me, if you're pitting early, you're running that cycle, then you run it to the end, and you take the benefit. I guess the argument would be the car's going to be a little quicker and a little better on tires with less fuel in it. So if he averages it out, maybe he gets a little more out of the tires. But I tell you what, man, Lawrence, you're right. Lawrence is still all over the place loose out there.
That's just a style, but, a guy that has not been talked about, I feel like, enough. And he's kind of like a scientist when it comes to all this stuff. Stephen Rex, he's crept up there in the 5th spot. He's right there in it. Hasn't been talked about all night.
No, not really. He has been there, all night, kind of right in that area. But yeah, we haven't really focused on him at all. You're right.
I think he's just kind of been under the radar, and that's where I'd want to be. No one's been looking for you all night. Now here I am.
Well, we certainly haven't been looking at him, and he's the last guy that's in this pack, and then the pack gets significant. The gap gets pretty big. Behind him, it's 11 seconds, almost 12 seconds back to Sean Andrews back here. 12 seconds here is almost, it's almost, a third of a lap, roughly.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot,
Well, like, that second pack was pretty far behind the pack of 3 of Jack, Gerard, and Brent. Now Steve's just up here. He's put his name in the fight now. It just makes you wonder. I know him and Jack can work together sometimes. Even Gerard. Well, Gerard and Brent, they all kind of work together, but they're all running different strategies.
Godinho did the same thing that McKee did. Regarding, by the way, McKee just took the lead. So, Godinho did the same thing. Or no, was that? Yeah, Godinho did the same thing that Jack did, which is took less fuel on this stop too, whereas Malji did not. Malji took his full, he actually took just a wee bit less.
Yeah, this last pit stop's going to be a pretty interesting one, to be honest with you.
It is. It is. I'm just trying to look here and what I'm seeing. So who's your? I tell you what. Watch out for Steven Rex, and on this last pit stop because he pitted as late as anybody on lap.
He's a scientist. I'm telling you.
Well, no, he pitted on lap 110. I don't know. I'm confused.
Hey, I get confused all the time. I just pretend like I'm not.
No, I'm just trying to figure out here what I think, as we see.
Let me tell you something.
McKee
Some of these
here coming
XCAL
up.
drivers are just going to confuse you. And then at the end, you're going to be like, okay, I can see why they did that.
The thing is, Rex pitted on lap 110, so he's running that basically lap 55 strategy, right?
Uh-huh.
But pitting every 55 laps. But he took a pretty full tank of fuel. No, I don't know, man. Actually,
this is why I drink.
All right. After I'm sitting here
me to drink.
analyzing this now. All right, now I'm looking at it. Well, I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay, Richie Joplin, who is significantly back right now. Okay, he is, what is he, off the 24 seconds off the leaders right now. Okay, but he pitted late, and he took a full load of fuel. So he's going to be able to take the least amount of fuel on this last stop. Should be by a decent amount. So we'll see. Watch for him and watch for Mekas. That's the two guys that I'm predicting are going to be able to take the least amount of fuel on this last stop and could very well, make a big jump. The thing is, Joplin is 22 seconds off the lead. Mekas is a second off the lead.
Well, all it's going to take, so we're going to be having our last pit stop, and then when everyone pits here, we all know they're going to make it.
Yes.
The problem is we stay green in the last 10 laps. So now we cut that racing time 10 laps shorter because we know we're not going to get a caution. Desperation kicks in. So someone might be driving someone a little differently trying to get up there thinking I'm faster than you, get out of the way. We could open up the window for caution.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, I think from this point on in the race, every lap, the chance of a caution goes up, I think, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because, like
Gerard's
you said.
and Brent's catching McKee here.
Oh, yeah. 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 And they're, and again, Brent is, with his strategy, he's able to probably save a little fuel here because he's sitting back there tucked in a draft,
Yeah, I mean, and Jim, we talked about that also as well, with the draft and everything. This is more like a super speedway. I'll look at this, believe it or not, I'm going to sound like an idiot when I say this, but half the time I talk, I sound like a damn idiot. But, the super speedway aspect and the tire wear aspect of it, if you think about it just a little bit, it's kind of like the new Atlanta. Just a little bit. That sounds stupid as hell probably to a lot of people. Might like, why the hell would that be possible? Well, the draft comes into effect, and then the tire wear comes into effect, just like the new Super Speedway Atlanta does. Being able to use the draft on the straightaways to suck right up to them, and then you get the tire wear going into the corners. This right here, this kind of track right here suits a street stock or suits an XCAL Racing Webshop Series race. As you're riding on board right here, obviously right in behind them. Oh, baby. Brent Mekas right here just riding on board. Oh, look at this. Lawrence down to the inside. Took the draft, took a line. Dives it down to the inside. Lawrence gets clear. McKee almost tagged him in the back end. Lawrence slides up the hill. Here comes McKee down to the inside.
Again,
Hot damn. Robert, you talked about it with desperation kicking in. I think it's kicked in right here at this moment. These guys trying to get up here and race it out for the lead, knowing they got that one pit stop remaining. Desperation has kicked in for these leaders up here.
I think the only one really benefiting from this would be Steven Rex. Them getting racing.
Oh, yeah.
Because fifth on back, they're 16 plus seconds behind. I mean, I feel like they have some. They said, "Hey, we got time to have fun. Let's have fun." So Gerard and Jack are just over there
Jacking around.
Well, the one I see benefiting from this is Mekis, because he's not getting crazy racy right now. He's just following these guys around.
He's watching two idiots trying to get the ball from each other. And he's like, "I'm going to get the ball later anyway." So
look at him. He's acting like he wants to take it down low.
I think he's just jabbing. He knows he can wind them both up. Because I'll do that once in a while. I'm like, I need a caution. I'm going to make these two idiots in front of me race each other and then wreck
I don't
each
think Mekis wants a caution right now. Of anybody on the track that doesn't want one, I think it's Mekis. Because I think
he doesn't want that 67 to wreck.
Well, that too. That too, yeah. Yeah, I don't know that I'd be jabbing at my own car now that I think about it. But, ooh, look at Jack McKee, man. He's sliding all over the place back there.
Boys, how we doing? Matt Bear.
It's Elvis.
The King has joined the building.
Good little battle we got going right here.
It is indeed. Welcome to the broadcast booth.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, I don't think you're going to see Brent try to do anything here. I think he's going to try to just stay tucked in where he doesn't allow Jack to get underneath him and in between those two. That's what I think exactly what you're going to see right now. So he's just going to try to fight to hold him off.
Matt, I was going to ask you, but it seems to me like you kind of got this shit figured out a little bit. What I was going to ask you was, obviously everybody knows you're racing XCAL. Obviously everybody knows, and I'm sure Robert and Jim may have a question about the GOAT status. But I've got a broadcasting question for you, because this right here, this is the first time, at least me personally, I've seen you up here in the broadcast booth, kind of just watching the race, calling it, so to speak, as you were just a second ago. What's it like, or what's the feeling calling the race as opposed to being out there on the racetrack? I mean, completely different perspective from what you usually are here on Tuesday nights.
I mean, it's a little bit of a mix of both, because I'm still watching my car run. So, I mean, I'm still into it, locked into it, watching everything as he overdrives corner exit right there. And, but I mean, it's still nerve-wracking for me, because it's still my car and I want it to do good. I think that's a very good decision to let him go, because he has better gas mileage than him. Me personally, I wouldn't have passed Jack right there because I didn't get here till about 20 laps or so ago. So if what I heard y'all say was right, I would have just sat in line behind Jack the whole entire time and saved as much fuel as possible to get as close to Brent as possible. Because apparently, how many laps does Brent have on him? Probably 2 to 3.
Gerard is pitted 2 laps earlier on both cycles. So 2 laps later on the pit cycle. But Brent's also been sitting back there in third for most of these cycles. So now he's out front. But
playing it smart.
To me, he's in the best position after looking at all this fuel stuff and. The problem is, I'm from Louisiana originally, so, I got to take my shoes and socks off to count that high, so it took me a little while to get there. But I think that Brent is in the best spot when it comes to fuel and how much fuel he's going to have to take on the last stop. Like McKee was in a pretty good spot earlier, but then he short pitted and took less fuel last time around, as did several of the guys, whereas Brent and Gerard both filled their cars up last time, so they're both going to be able to take significantly less gas on this last stop.
Yeah,
Is
that's
Jack
the smart
saving
move.
something here, though? Is Jack
I don't think you
thinking
can
on that?
save if you took that much less fuel than them because you're just going to let them pull away.
Well, he took, like, for
Because-
example, he took 7 seconds less fuel.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
7/10 of a second, or 7/10 of a gallon. Every tenth is a tenth of a gallon for
So-
every second.
Okay,
So
this math over here.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, that's them
shit.
young. That's them young. You know, they
Yeah.
get that good education nowadays. You know.
So yeah, I
he
mean,
hypotenused it.
every tenth of a gallon that you take is worth roughly 1.1 seconds. So that's gonna really hurt him on this final run right here. I didn't look to see exactly how far back 4th and 5th place were, but if they're within probably under 10 seconds right now, he may be battling with them based off of fuel strategy wise whenever they come out on that final run. And
Well, Steven Rex is currently in 4th, and he's pitting right now. So he's going
Wow.
for the undercut on the tires right now.
which is a good move if you're that far back. I mean, you're 3.5 seconds behind. You have nothing to lose. You've got a decent gap to 5th. I think that's the smart move. Maybe you get a caution. When everything cycled through, you might end up out in front and be able to take that last set of tires and go rip it.
Maybe, yeah.
Who do you want to be, Matt? If you're in someone's car, which driver right now do you want to be to win the race, though?
Based off what I've been informed of, I think Brent's in the catbird seat at this point. If he's been able to go that much, if he's gone 2 laps each time, that's 4 laps right there that he's overdoing everybody on, and that's 4 seconds right there. If he's out in front of him whenever they come into the pits, it's going to take him speeding on or off pit road at that point, barring something on track happening.
Right.
So is Gerard's job to slow up the 23 even
Probably.
now?
Sure.
If you're going to, yeah, just sit on his outside, make him work, make him earn it to get by. You don't do anything stupid, but continuously fight, because every time that you go under on these corners because it's so flat, you have no rotation speed coming off because you have to keep it pinched down so tight with the dude on your top side. So these guys are just sitting here going back and forth up and under each other, and all that's doing is allowing Brent to just pull away 10th by 10th. I don't know how much faster he was right there, but I'm willing to bet
I
he
think
was a
Jack's
10th and a
gonna
half
bump him.
faster.
Well, Jack's going to
so.
have to bump him because
I think-
if
yeah.
Gerard keeps it on the bottom, you ain't getting by Gerard. The problem is Gerard is overdriving the corner on and off all night.
Every
He's been driving it in too hard. We've seen him get loose in quite a bit. So obviously he's sending it in there and he's hard on the brakes, and it's causing the rear end to step out on him, getting into the corner as well as getting off the corner. So he's going to have to be careful, or he's going to wash up the track, and Jack's going to go right underneath him and get by him.
But you know,
To be honest with you, I'll let him go. I'll let him go. You're realistically fighting the 70 car behind you, and you're allowing him to run you down right now.
True.
Whenever you come out of pit cycle, that's the car that you're going to be racing. You need to get in line and not let that 70 car catch your draft for as long as possible, because yes, he's going to be quicker on those fresher tires, but the quicker he gets to you is the quicker that he's going to keep going. Like, if I'm on the radio right now, I'm telling 67 to pit and hoping that the 23 follows within the next lap to not let the 70 get that draft.
I can tell you this. You know, in science class, when you add a little bit of this and you get a little bit of that, you get the perfect storm. Jack McKee and Gerard Lawrence, the way they're lined up, that's what it's a perfect combination. You add a
They're
little bit of this,
asking
a little bit of
for
that. And you got Steve breathing down their neck,
Well,
too.
he's trying to get his lap. He's
Yeah.
trying to get one of his laps back
Yeah.
here, you know, and they're holding him.
He's
Holding him up.
racing for position once this comes out
Right.
now.
Well,
if he
but-
can get around
Yeah.
him, he's in
Jack's
great
gonna use
spot
Steve.
to be racing him.
Right.
Watch it. Jack's going to use Steve to pick off.
Oh, there it
That's-
is. He got up into the marbles.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Jack's best move to get around
Well, it's time for
Gerard is
it's
let
time
the
for
70
Gerard to
go
pit.
underneath him. Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's time to come in the next lap or two.
He may be doing it right now.
No, he's still recovering
For a second,
from
it
that.
looked like he was backing it
He's-
down.
he's
It
still-
looked like he was backing it down.
He's recovering from that marble run he had up there. He's lucky he
See
didn't
if
get in
he
the wall
sticks
right
it in
there.
He didn't get there. He's going
think-
to get underneath him, though. He'll clear him coming off of 2.
Jack's going
He's
to see if he can
overdriving.
gain.
He's
he's
super
gonna
over. He
try to
needs to pit
gain.
now.
Well, he's going to try to see if he can get off of Rex here, see if he can gain anything. If he can't gain anything next couple of laps, I think Jack is going to dip down here. I think he's trying to see if he can use Steve as a faster car.
I think Gerard needs to pit now. He's overdone his tires. I'm about to go hop into team chat and tell him he needs to come in.
Yeah,
Yeah, because that's your
well,
damn car, by God. Tell him to
right.
get his ass down there.
Well, if he's not, again, he is overdriving it. He got it in there
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
good right there, though. He did a good job there.
Be right back.
Yeah, you can take the team off the kid off the team, but you can't take the team out of the kid, huh?
I don't know what Matt was doing that he couldn't race tonight, to be honest with you.
Baseball.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep, that's right.
Baseball. He said last week. He said he had a few more weeks of baseball stuff. There may be the occasional week he can pop in, but so is he in high school or college? Or?
I think he umps for some baseball stuff.
Okay, all right.
Which, you know what, it kind of makes sense. Like, Matt, you heard him talk about the fuel, and he had it down to, like, just the
Oh
nitty-gritty.
yeah, sure.
You
But
realize
hey,
how
I have to
fine you
say,
be?
Gerald Poole has it down too.
Mhm.
He's been
Oh,
sharing
yeah,
information with us for weeks now,
Jack's
and he
coming
did
down.
tonight. Like one interesting stat here's one that Gerald shared earlier. The difference between 5 and 6 gallons of gas that you need is 7.25 seconds because of the can change. If you need
And it's
6,
funny how they have it all down.
yeah, if you need 6 gallons of gas, it's going to take you 7.25 seconds more to get that one extra gallon because of the can change, because the cans hold 5 gallons.
Gerard's catching back up to Brent here.
Uh-oh.
I had to go
Oh,
get
shit
in his
got
ear a
real.
little
Here
bit.
we go.
I had to go get in his ear a little bit. Told him Daddy was watching. I need to see something.
Daddy. So, real quick, he's sliding it there, boy. I'll tell you what, he hangs that rear end out for sure. I think you might have caught the wall right there.
He's like, Gerard, God damn it, you're driving my car. Go
Yes,
do
I
better.
know, right? So, do you play baseball? Do you umpire baseball? What's the story?
Umpire baseball.
You umpire baseball, okay.
Yeah.
So you work in the major leagues, right? You obviously.
No. I do high level
He said
high
you
school
do.
baseball.
High level high school baseball. Okay.
I do high level high school. I do some college.
Like some Division III stuff or stuff like that.
Division 3, Division 2.
Yeah.
Have you beat
junior
up-
college?
Have you beat up anyone's dad?
No, but I thought my partner was going to get beat up tonight by a bunch of different people. So
It's a tough job. I gotta
It
tell you,
is.
being an ump.
you ain't going to make
like-
everybody happy.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Real
you
quick.
You definitely
No
are
one agrees
not.
with you.
You're not a
So,
you're not a CB Buckner, are you?
folks, we are. Hey guys, we are at lap
curious.
161 here,
We're getting
and
to the
we've
nitty-gritty.
got our top 4 who have still not
Gerard's
pitted.
in the pit. Gerard's in the pit right now.
Yep.
He told me he was coming in at 160.
Malgi just came in.
Brent's still staying out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, him and Richie were, to me, the guys that were, that sat in the good spot when it came to the fuel. But
So now here's the key for Brent. Brent needs to pit within the next 2 to 3 laps.
yes,
Because he's only going to have about a 3.5 second advantage. 4 max, 2.5 roughly. But that time comparison to those fresh tires versus those old tires.
well, that's going to make
you're
up a
gonna gain
little.
those-
That's going to make up
gonna
a second a lap or so,
lap.
roughly.
It's going to make up a decent bit. So that's the other
Yep,
thing you
which
have
he
to
did.
play into,
He
because
just
it's
pitted.
a whole lot easier to get around somebody on fresh tires versus
Yes.
30 lap old tires.
Yes, which he just pitted, so that just goes to show you he's right on the strategy here. And when this is all said and done, let's watch the Lawrence took 46 seconds. No, 46 seconds worth of fuel there on that stop.
Coming
Comes
in.
Brent.
And so, yeah, Brent's coming in.
And I did tell him take a tad bit extra because they told me they were clutching a little bit, and I said, brother, you better put an extra couple tenths in there because you're going to drive full send right here these last 40, and you're going to need every ounce out of it that you can.
So Richie is going with the long strategy here now, which we'll see if the tire wear bites him. Although I have to say, right now, his last lap was, well, that lap he just did was his slowest by far, but the one prior to that was only 4/10 off his best lap of the race.
That's consistency time-wise.
That's pretty good. Now that last lap was a little slower, I think. Potentially.
It's not a lot of fall off though. That
No.
means
No, it's not.
being
Surprisingly.
very easy on and off throttle is what that tells me. Is he's not getting into it too hard. He's making sure he's able to get that run off.
How long does it
Smart
take to get
driving.
a set of these tires up to full temperature to where you get maximum grip? 2-3 laps?
Each track's a little bit different, but generally speaking,
Like,
I
what would you say
2
here?
to 3.
Obviously, this is a flat track, so it's going to put heat in the tires a little quicker than a bank track would.
I think you can rip one on your second lap here if you hit it perfect. If from what I remember correct from last year, because I should have won the race here last year. I had a rocket ship during the second half of the race and got pitched down by a lap car the final 10 laps. But I mean, it really doesn't take a lot, especially on the flat tracks, to get your tires up to speed,
Well,
temp
folks,
and everything.
don't look now, but Mekas is 7.5 seconds ahead of Lawrence after that pit
There
stop
you go.
cycle.
There you go.
So now we'll see what Richie is obviously going to take significantly less fuel, but he was 20-something seconds behind. So I
Is he
don't.
going to take 2 gallons less is the thing. If he
Right.
can take 2 gallons less, I think he may be there. But it's just going to come down to how much he has left.
Right.
And he just, I get it. But if you're already in your window, those fresh tires.
Yeah,
mean
but
a
look
lot.
at the fall off, man. Our last
Yeah,
lap
them
again.
sure do.
Last lap again, though. Richie's best lap of the race was a 33.5. He just
Okay.
ran a 33.89.
What's the leader running?
Well, he is the
Or
leader.
not the leader.
but
Okay, what
Mekas,
is,
Mekas
yeah,
just
what's
ran.
Brent running?
Mekas just ran a 33.69, 2/10.
Okay, so okay.
We got
Okay.
some racing
The fall off.
between 4th, 5th, and 6th back here.
Oh yeah, no, it's coming.
We got.
But-
I mean, things could happen.
This is where it's going to happen right here. This is going to be. This is
That's
going
where
to
I
be
was
the battle.
saying.
Yeah.
People getting a little impatient. McKee likes to use that bumper. Malgy's the guy that likes to roll his sleeves up and go to work. And Steve likes to irritate.
Well,
It's a perfect combination. Steve
Do I
knows what's
think
going
Steve
on.
will do anything stupid? No, I don't think Steve
He's,
will do anything
no,
stupid.
Steve's going to make Jack do something stupid.
That's exactly right. He's going to stick his nose in there and just irritate him and irritate him and irritate him until something happens.
And Dave is going to be the guy like, what the hell?
well,
now
see,
this is
yeah.
perfect for me in the 67 car because you love to see these 3 guys racing here as long as they're racing. If they sit here and just sit in line, you're going to see the speed pick up a little bit because they're in that 3-car tandem and they're going to pick up a little bit of pace and they might be able to run down the 67. But I mean, you've only got 30 laps to go. I think they're nice for another 15. Once we get to the final 15, I think you're going to start to see more moves being made, even though I don't agree with making them that early. I would personally wait till under 5 if you could sit there. You want to give the least amount of opportunities for get-backs. I mean, if you have the momentum and can run, yes, but the issue is pulling away here is damn near impossible. is because there's so much off throttle into corner entry that even if you do get 2 to 3 tenths of a second out, it doesn't matter because they're going to sit there and stay in your draft and they're going to pull right that tenth back going down the front or back.
Well, I tell you, we're looking here at obviously Malji's the front car in this group here. As
here comes Steve.
Oh,
that's going to decide it is how long does Steve want to wait.
Well, there he goes. It looks like his waiting time is over.
There you go.
I was going to talk about Malji's run up through the field being our biggest mover tonight, but
Told you I got him that new tire on his wheelbarrow.
Well, that helps. That definitely helped. You know.
Got the styrofoam one. It can't go flat.
Yeah, see,
I'm pretty sure the load he's carrying after the last 2 weeks is probably a little less. They probably went down in size just a wee bit after two weeks of pit road incidents in a row.
Keep in mind too, there's a rookie battle here between Malji and McKee. There's a dispute.
That's right.
With the rookie stuff. And Malji's got the win.
Well, at this point, McKee ain't worried about Malji as much as he is Steven Rex, because Rex is giving him hell right now.
Well, that's what Steve was faster during that final part of that run right there. I don't think Steve will have an issue getting around. It's just getting the run to get up underneath him and clear him is the problem.
Right. Well, he's going to have to, at this point they're racing each other still pretty clean. I imagine if a couple more laps of this and Steven's going to slide him up, run him up the track,
Well,
somebody's going to get a door bumper clear.
This is literally for what it's worth though. Like, there's no, we're going to catch the leaders if we work together. No one's going to gain on us if we race each other. So we're going to put a show on now.
Yeah.
Like, this is what they got.
This is what they're racing for right here. 100%.
And right now, Steve, I think, thinks I can set Jack up to do something
he's going to put the bumper
stupid.
on him?
Yep. He's like, I think I can set Jack to do something dumb. Maybe he'll spin out and call the caution.
He can get to the 3 as well. If he can, even if he doesn't cause a caution, he knows he can get by the 23, and he, in his mind, has it set he's going to get to the 3 too.
And Steve's a veteran, and he's got 2 rookies, one in the front, one in the back.
Here it
So I see a dive right here in the 3 from the 23.
He's setting up some rookies to get a little dicey.
Oh wow, down on the apron, kind of.
He's setting up exit. He's setting up exit.
He's desperate when he's getting down there.
Well, that's just make that car turn.
He's diving it off.
Yep. That was a good move. I mean, he used that apron to rotate that car there, and that it worked exactly like he needed it to.
Perfect. That was a great move.
Steve's a veteran. He knows what Jack's trying to do, too. He's not going to wreck him.
Joplin pitted.
Finally, Joplin's in the pits, But he didn't have to take but 29 seconds of fuel.
Imagine if Joplin and McKee meet in the middle before we even end this thing. Remember that.
Yeah, that's right, huh? That is exactly right.
Yeah. I hope Jack likes to eat milkshakes.
Right? Soup through a straw, baby. Let's go back up here to the front, though.
You didn't gain any time, really?
What?
Wow.
Well, one thing is for certain, old buddy. I mean, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. I mean, we're right here on the inside of 25 to go. And Brent Meckes, currently, he's got the fastest lap of the race, 33.295. And, Gerard Lawrence back here about 7.5 seconds back. And then you still got the Jack McKee, David Malji rookie kind of battle going on back there. Rex kind of flip-flop back a little bit. Here's the fastest 5-lap averages. And this is the last 5 laps that they have run. And Lawrence, currently the fastest driver. So he listened to King Matthew
3/100ths of a second, though. You ain't catching Meckes at 3/100ths of a second.
Well, I mean, he's still faster. Yeah, make something out of that. Malji, J-Dog Seams. Haven't talked a whole lot about J-Dog here tonight, sitting in the 4th spot. Jack McKee right there sitting fifth. That's the fastest 5 drivers. Yeah, well, I mean, he's running fourth, but now he's actually going to flip-flop and go up to fourth. They flip-flopped all over the damn place and screwed my ass up right there. But you see Brent Meckes up here at the front, and Lawrence trying to cut into it as much as he can, but they hit the line right here, Jim, with 21 to go. They're going to have a hell of a climb right here to see how this ends up turning out.
I mean, short of a caution coming out, you're not making up 7 seconds unless Meckes makes a stupid mistake at this point. And he's got enough experience that's more than likely not going to happen. He knows how to get a car around track. So at this point, I think that these guys, the interesting race is going to be back here for this third, fourth, and fifth spot. And potentially sixth with Joplin, but Joplin still, that strategy was all fine and great, but it didn't really work out quite like he wanted. These three right here, though.
Those three
they're
there.
Get marched back up here in the next 5 laps, and then it's going to be a brawl for the final 15 is what you're going to get for third.
Yep.
Third place is the most important position in the whole race. Here's the deal. Those 3 guys are racing to talk to us.
That's right.
After the race. They want to talk to us.
Well, Malji said that he was going to go out there and get him a podium so he could come back and talk to us.
Yeah, he's doing things.
He did say that,
Yeah, I did get him that wheelbarrow wheel off Amazon Prime, too. Free shipping. It was
yeah, well,
pretty good deal.
Is there how's the shipping with the XCAL Racing Webshop? Let's talk about that. Speaking, we got Matt Bear in here. Let's talk about. I should be calling him the King. I should be referring to him by his proper title. Talk to us about what you have in the web shop right now. I mean, I understand there's all kinds of little sexy bear shirts and all kinds of stuff going on in there. Talk to us about what you got going in the web shop right now.
I mean, I think we've got at least one race win shirt, the Bears as well. I'm trying to remember. I know last year I had an insane amount. I had mouse pads,
I got
coffee
one of
mugs. I really don't even know what I know what I have, but I don't know exactly what it is.
You need to pull up your own inventory and go through your own inventory.
So I am right. We've got the
promote the sale of them shirts, man. Oh,
we
man.
got the mouse
I tell you what,
pads,
Malji's starting to overdrive this car here with 17 to go, by the way, while you're looking at your inventory.
He's going to
we
hit
got
that wall
flags.
again. He likes to do it.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, if he hits that wall, the current Rookie of the Year leader, who's right behind him, is going to pass him because Jack is closing up on him anyway, and Malji is overdriving that car right now. This is a time where he needs to settle down and just get in his groove here.
But,
I felt like he's in danger. He's trying to get away.
Yeah, he's trying to pull away, doing everything he can, driving as
And
hard
he's
as
not
possible.
doing. Yeah, and he's not
No,
doing
he's
it.
in the draft. He's there.
Yeah.
He is there.
Yeah. And McKee's the guy that likes to use that bumper.
Oh, he will. He definitely. He's not super aggressive with it, but he is.
I don't
not
think he'll
afraid
need to
give
be
you a
honest
tap
with
back.
you. The way Malji's driving that car, those tires,
teammates.
he's going to
They're
overheat
teammates.
those tires, and Jack's going to be able to drive right around him without using the bumper.
But
I don't-
Jack's one of them guys that makes you look in the mirror when he's behind you. So you take your eyes off the road.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't think Jack will use the bumper, considering they're teammates. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think that I am.
We've had teammate beef earlier tonight. Lord knows,
Yeah.
Joe Campbell
I've had
was
it plenty.
pissed off earlier tonight.
He had to move a couch, and then after he got done moving the couch, he's like, "Can't wait to do XCAL tonight."
And then he gets
And then he got wrecked by his teammate.
Yeah, he did. That's right. He's hauling couches and shit, and then end up getting put in the wall by his teammate, huh?
Yeah, the man put some time to the side tonight. He's like, "I can't wait to do this." And then
Probably rushed to set his rig up. You know how that goes.
But he's still holding strong out there. He jumped up to 13th.
I mean, he's doing the hardest thing as a driver to do, man, is when you got no chance of
quit.
really advancing.
Not quit. That's exactly right. You're just out completing your laps at that point.
That's the hardest thing.
You want to pull in
Yep.
every lap and just say, we're going home, pack it up.
Yep.
We don't need to do this. There's nothing to gain.
That's right. It's absolutely the hardest thing there is to do as a driver, is to just sit out there and make laps knowing that you can't really advance, and you're.
I've been there before. There's nothing you can do, unfortunately. You go until the lap cut off, where no matter what, if people lose laps, that you can gain those spots. And once
to be honest, he's there. He could quit now, and it would.
Yeah,
he couldn't. He wouldn't change his position
at
this
point. He's also here, and he's like, might as well just finish the last couple laps. I fully get it. It's miserable out there turning those laps.
Yep, that's the hardest thing to do as a driver. So we're at 12 to go here. Mecca's still sitting right on about a 7-second lead, just slightly under it. I mean, Lawrence is slightly cutting into it, but not even remotely enough to catch him without something happening. This is honestly where I'm excited to see this battle, because it's about to get going here with 10 to go coming up soon.
Yeah, I mean, Jack McKee right here just trying to make a shot right here with Malgi, 11 to go. Malgi trying to hold on to the third spot, biggest mover in the race, up 9 spots. And you look at the lap times, I mean, they're damn near mirroring each other. As they work their way into 3, you see Malgi kind of keep it down on the little bit, try to clip that apron a little bit, maybe try to get the ass in to kind of come around a little bit. Jack trying to play conservative. And I mean, Robert, think about this. Stephen T. Rex, obviously, he's back about 2 seconds back from this. If it gets real up here between David and Jack, may end up working out for Stephen. He may be able to slide up here for a little bit of bumper banging, door banging, some chaos happens up here for that third spot. Stephen T. Rex, he is not out of this picture, not by a long shot.
Nah, like Matt said, I don't think Jack's just going to dump him. But if Jack starts racing him at the wrong time, it could help Steve. They are pulling up to another car up there.
A lap car, though, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but it all depends on...
Yeah, who it is.
It looks like it's teammates. Yep, it's Jason Seams there, so that's teammates. I mean, it's going to get interesting, but Steve's just got to hope they start racing around each other a little bit.
If I taught Jason anything in the year that I drove for him, it's to wait till the very last possible minute to make your move. And that's for the simple fact, if he gets up there and starts racing him side by side, the 70 car is going to be there in 3 laps. So your best bet is to wait, make your move as late as possible, and live with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's hard to argue with that, and certainly you have the experience to back that up as well. So this is the battle, though, right here.
Extra opportunities at that point.
They're walking away from Rex at this point.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they've put a second on him in 3 laps here.
Yeah, they're doing the right thing, right? The smart thing, team driving right now, is just sit in the line, ride till we get to 3 to go, and then we'll figure it out.
Broadcasting tip number 1: mute your mic.
Yeah.
I had it muted in my defense. It just didn't register. I apologize. I hit my button.
That's all right. Well, you giving driving tips, we're giving broadcasting tips. So,
I apologize.
It's going to be like Darrell Waltrip in a few years. You'll be up in the box with be a personality. You won't be worth the shit on the track anymore. Those years will be behind you.
I that already. So.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So I don't. This is. I mean, I hate to not be focusing on the leader right now, but I mean, he's out there. He's out there in his own zip code,
Yeah, this is your best battle.
So
he don't deserve it. He shouldn't have pulled away like that.
Yeah, well, I'm sure at this point, given last week and this week, what just happened there? Did we just lose? We just lost Jack.
Jack said, "You know what? Peace out."
No way.
Yeah, dude, we just lost Jack.
I can't talk to them. I ain't talking to no one.
Yeah, we just
That's
lost him.
brutal for him. That is brutal for him.
Freaking 4 laps to go, and we lost him.
That is
Right?
so
You know what?
mentally defeating.
Steve's probably like,
Hell
Damn.
yeah.
We'll take that free spot. Thank you.
Well, I
Can I
mean,
have
he still had the spot. He you know, he was going to have to lose it, but still, man. I say it all the time when it happens. I don't care if you get wrecked on track, if somebody pulls the biggest ass move of the century and wrecks you. At least it happened on track. Nothing's worse than having an equipment failure or an internet issue that gets you knocked out of the race. I hate that. I hate to see that for anybody. I don't care if you're my favorite driver or if you're freaking Happy Meal. I don't care. I don't like to
Happy Meal had it happen.
I know. I don't like to see it. I hate that for those guys, man. But based on where we're at right now, there's not really any tight battles on the track. I think it's time to give team owner here and 66 car driver Brent the love he deserves. He's out here. He's run a fantastic race strategy wise. He executed this fuel strategy to perfection, and he's earned this victory.
The only thing I'm mad about is he didn't run my car instead.
I know, right?
What's the deal behind that? He doesn't run the 67. He always puts someone else in it.
He thinks
Well, he
that
does
they're better
sometimes,
than him.
doesn't he?
He thinks that Gerard is better than him, and I get it as a team owner. If you think somebody is better than you, you put them in the car that's higher in the points. Do I think Gerard's better than him? No, I think they are both genuinely as good as each other depending on which track we go to. I mean,
the 66 needed some points help too, though. You know, the 66.
Well, either way, it was going to get ran.
That's true.
So,
I mean, that's true. But considering last week he put it in third place, and now this week he's going to get the win with it, and he does get the win there as we.
I'm sure does.
There it is.
In dominating fashion.
Yeah, nice race.
That's a great Jester Racing 1-2 right there by the boys. Got to be proud of them for that.
And I think they had a 1-3 last week.
Last week, yeah, 1-3. Somebody else was in 67 then.
Yeah, I don't know who it was, but dude drove his ass off.
Yeah, some kid that can't show up every week because of baseball. Get your priorities right.
I'm trying to. I'm trying.
You got to get more. You got to get paid more to be here, where that way you can skip the umpiring.
That's exactly right. If we get more people in, I won't have to go umpire, and I'll come race every week.
That's right.
If you just call everybody out right away, you get done earlier, and you can still make the race.
If they would start at 6 o'clock, yes, but they don't start till 6:30. And even if I do it in an hour and 15 minutes, I still generally have like a 30-minute drive home, and I don't get home till 8:15. If the race was at 8:30, I could probably made half of them. But
all right, let's get these. Let's take a look at these results here real quick.
Yeah, let's see what we got right here as far as the race results here tonight. Obviously, the Milwaukee Mile. 200 laps, obviously, 200 miles. Obviously, with 15 green flag lead changes between 7 different drivers, a big goose egg in the cautions column. With David Malgi getting the hard charger up 9 spots. Gerard Lawrence actually led the most laps, finishing second here tonight, leading 91 laps. With Brent Meckes obviously getting the fastest lap, 33.295, and Gerard Lawrence also getting the pole award when it was all said and done. Brent Meckes ends up winning it with 66 laps led. Gerard Lawrence will come home second. David Malgi gets third. The rest of the field, Stephen T. Rex getting fourth. Richie Joplin gets fifth. Sean Andrews gets sixth. J-Dog Seams gets seventh. Ryan Seams gets eighth. Jose Gadino didn't really – we talked a little bit about him earlier on. He finishes ninth, and Albie Hewins will get 10th. Travis Rowland, we talked about him as well, down 2 laps. He gets 11th. Jack McKee, he just said to hell with it and left. Ends up getting 12th. Not sure. Odds are he probably didn't really leave.
Pretty sure that wasn't how that went.
Some good shit happened. Breaking news, I would think cat stepped on his computer and turned it off.
That sucked right there.
That ain't true.
That's what was posted in XCAL by Jack.
Did he really?
Now. Yes.
If I
Well,
had a
that's what you
quarter
get for being a
everybody's
cat person.
Yeah.
You
My
get you a
diet
damn
on
dog.
Broadway.
The dog won't do that.
No, if I had a quarter
Oh.
every time someone said about a cat and disconnected from iRacing, I'd have $1 million.
Right. You're probably a cat person, aren't you?
I was forced to have a cat.
See, I knew you were a cat person.
But I've never
So,
disconnected.
All right, so
Alex,
real
get
quick.
on, and Earl seems the
Yes,
rest of
that's
the
right.
field.
All right, so get your bell ready there, Jake, if you would, because
Oh shit.
we got somebody named John Wyatt in chat. I don't really know who John Wyatt is. I appreciate him coming in
Okay.
here and chatting with us, but apparently he felt the need to call our guest in the booth Queen Bear. So I don't.
I'm number one.
We got beef.
So I don't know who John Wyatt is. Do you want to explain that or?
I have no clue who he is, but
Oh, okay. Well,
hey,
Sounds like he's a fan.
he's a hater then. Well, but he's probably got.
Or-
He probably ordered some shirts, wore them out in public. The girls didn't flock to him because he's ugly as shit, and now he blames you for it. So that's probably what it is. I don't know, but we'll go with that for now. All right, so let's see. We got our top three out there. Let's pull up the podium and let's get our winner in here.
Let's slide him on in here. Obviously, Brett Meckes getting the win as we slide him over up here with us. Brett, buddy, you get
What's
the win
up?
here tonight. Milwaukee Mile, baby. Congratulations on the win. Tell us about it.
Hell yeah. I mean, it was a little bit of strategy and a really good setup, and, just stayed clean, and we followed the plan, and that was the plan. The plan was to save a little bit on the get-go and see where we ended up at, and if we were pulling at the end of that first stint, we were just going to run it out as far as we could and as fast as we could. And then the second stint, Gerard got out on me like, I don't know how far out on me he got on me
Like
on the
7 seconds on that second stint, I believe.
Yeah, and I don't think I caught him on the second stint. Did I
Till
catch
the
him on
very
second
end.
stint?
You caught
I caught
him.
him at the end.
You caught him just a few laps before he pitted. You closed up you got within about 2.5, and then with 2 or 3 laps to go before he pitted, you got right on his bumper.
Yeah, and then my pit stop, that was a good pit stop for me because I came out right
Yes.
behind him. And then Jack was messing with us because he short pitted. And we were both trying to get around Jack, and we just couldn't both get clear of Jack. And finally, Gerard slid up on 1 and 2 as I was getting under Jack, and I was just like, I'm just going to go. And that was it. I think I led the rest of the race except for pit stops.
Well, you executed a perfect strategy pit-wise tonight, the fuel strategy. I was of the belief that the strategy that you were on versus what we might call the tire strategy, where the guys pit a little early to get the fresh tires. I was of the belief that the fuel strategy, like what you were running, was going to be the way to go, and in the end, it was. I think the guys that were trying to do the the other guys that were trying to do the fuel strategy decided to try to take half of their short pit on one stop and half on the next, whereas you went ahead and filled the car up and then were able to take your full short stop on the last one, and that made the difference because you came out 7 seconds ahead and you really never looked back after that.
No, I just put it in cruise mode. That I wasn't even pushing the car just in case we had a caution. I didn't want to have, because I wasn't going to come in if we had a caution.
A phenomenal finish for you. Obviously, helps the 66 car up nicely 2 weeks in a row. Now it should be rocketing up the points. Which, by the way,
67 finished second, which is awesome.
So fantastic finish. Yeah, 1-2 finish this week, 1-3 finish last week. By the way, we've got your other driver here. He's been a guest commentator with us for the last 50 laps or so of the race, so that was nice, and he was up here critiquing strategy the whole time.
so he kind of left you into a kind of a glance into the room of what XCAL Racing is.
And to be honest with you, props to Gerald Poole. He he sits out there and chat every week and feeds us information like that, and really gives us an insight into his and his team's way of thinking. And having Matt in here tonight was fantastic. That's to me as a fan, I want to learn those things. To me that opens the curtain a little bit and makes the whole thing a little less intimidating. It makes me want to come drive with you guys. You know what I mean? And we're always looking for new car owners and new drivers to come over here. So seeing how the thought process works on all of this, I think is something that attracts drivers. But hey, good job tonight, and I will let you. I'm sure you got some shout outs for your sponsors, and before we let you out of here.
Yeah, I mean, Go Jester Racing, Flaming Karma Paint Jobs, Admin Box, Some Racer Hub, J Dogs Carpentry, and of course the XCAL Webshop. We're talking about some cool new underwear coming out with possibly the 66 on.
Yes.
I don't know. Somebody might be getting gifted those if they come out. But the web shop's got some really cool stuff in it now. Tonight was a lot about strategy. I really liked Milwaukee. I liked last week's race. I like IRP coming up too. So these are typically the time of the year where I do well. There's a lot of tracks that I don't do well on, Bristol, Sobo, stuff like that. So I got to make my hay while I can. We represented Matt well tonight, though, 1-2. Keep that 67 up there in points. And that's the goal, is just to finish strong and keep the 67 where it's at until Matt can come back and take it home the rest of the way.
Jake?
All righty. Sal coming home with the win here tonight at Milwaukee. Congratulations on the win. Brent, appreciate your time. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for putting on the show. I'll definitely have some people watch it because they got to watch me win. And this is only my second XCAL win, so I'm pretty pumped about it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, only the second one. The other one was on a super speedway, so that's kind of like kissing your sister, kind of getting to first base with your sister.
And it depends on what state you're from. That's okay in a lot of places, but still.
Now he got the hot aunt. Now you got the hot aunt.
But winning at Milwaukee, that's I feel really good about it. It was a fun night.
Really all right, man. Congratulations again.
Thanks. Have a good night.
That was Brett Meckes comes home with the win here tonight. Second place finisher. I'll get his name right eventually. Gerard Lawrence, not Gerald Lawrence. Gerard Lawrence. We got Gerald Poole and all that. It got mixed up. Anyway, Gerard, buddy, come on with a P2 here tonight, buddy. Congratulations on the run. Tell us about it, and tell us about that conversation that you had with old King Matthew Bear.
Yeah, he basically just came into our call and told me I was screwing it up pretty bad, which I already knew. Unfortunately, I put myself in a hole early, not realizing how loose the setup was going to get early on, and I wound up having to come to pit road, I don't know, like 3 laps earlier than I wanted to. So it put me in a hole with Brent, and he was better on fuel than me the entire night. So I knew I was playing catch up there. So that's why, I'd come out of the pits and I would try to take off on Brent, and hopefully he got stuck and burned his stuff up and burned more fuel. And it was working for a while. Then he came out of the pits right on my bumper, and that's when it all went to hell.
Well, you certainly were. I don't pull any punches. I mean, you certainly were overdriving the car through the night. You could see it. Getting in, you were so hot in, and then heavy on the brakes, and the rear end would step out on you a little bit, and then getting off the corner, the same thing. You had the rear end stepping out on you. So I'm sure it did get loose on you towards the end of those tire runs for sure, especially around here. But noticed one time you got up there into the marbles, and I thought for sure you were going to hit the wall on that one, but you managed to woe it up enough to keep it off the concrete, so that was good.
Yeah, Steve was making a run on me, and I was like, let me just give it to you. And I hadn't entered that high in the corner all night, and the car just took off.
Well, there was a lot of rubber up there, one person in chat said there was more rubber up there than there is at a truck stop in New Orleans. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure we can guess, But no, man, but you had a good run tonight. You were fast. You were fast qualifying the car. Probably not quite as patient as you wanted to be with each of those long runs, but overall, fantastic run and certainly a 1-2 finish for the Jester Racing team is a great night, and you did the 67 proud. So Matt was even talking good about you up here, but don't let that go to your head or anything now.
I won't. I promise. He put me back in my place real quick.
All right, Jake, you got anything for him?
Nah, man, that's about all we got right there. Other than obviously Gerard.
Yes,
I
right.
called him Gerald again. Damn it. Gerard Lawrence coming on with a P2 here tonight, buddy. You started on the pole. You come on with second. Congratulations on the finish. Appreciate your time. You got any sponsors, any shout-outs you want to thank?
Yeah, first and foremost, I just want to thank Brent for giving me the opportunity. King Matthew the Bear for letting me drive his car. I wish I could have put it in victory lane where it belonged, but unfortunately, I screwed it up. Other than that, all the guys at Riding Dirty, getting a great setup in this car and making it real fast. So a huge shout out to those guys. And then last but not least, all the great XCAL sponsors, the XCAL Webshop, Admin Box, Flaming Karma, Simrace Hub, J-Dog's Carpentry, and you guys for putting on the broadcast. I'm certainly going to look forward to watching this one back.
Gerard, son of a bitch. Look, just go with Gerald at this point because it's screwing me up at this point.
No, man,
Gerard
think 300. Gerard Butler. It's Gerard Lawrence. It's
like
easy.
Citizen, all that good stuff.
It's
For the
easy.
bounty
You need to get
Jennifer
you a
Lawrence.
helmet that has Gerard Butler's face on it with that scream that he did, the famous, from
I'm
300.
good.
That'd be perfect.
I'm good. I'm good. Gerard. Yeah, a little boat ride with Jay Hickman. Anyway, Gerard Lawrence coming home with a P2 here tonight, buddy. Congratulations on the finish. Appreciate your time. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
That was Gerard Lawrence coming home with the P2 here this evening. Had a hell of a run going on with him as well. And now we'll go to the third place finisher, obviously. It is David Mauji comes home with the P3 here tonight. David, congratulations on the run. Jack kind of left. Something about his cat stepping on something and all that crazy stuff and everything. But hey, you come on with a P3. Pretty good finish for you. One of the hard chargers, if not the. Actually, I think you were. You was the hard charger, up 9 spots, buddy. Congratulations on the finish. Tell us about it.
Oh, it was a lot of fun, man. I was again, the whole heat race thing last night kind of screwed everything up for me, but I knew exactly what not to do tonight. And I ran the car kind of hard in that first stretch, just kind of worked my way through some traffic, got in there, settled in, and then got into my rhythm, started stretching out the fuel. That was the only way I was going to get anywhere, and I stretched out the fuel. On my last stop, I only had to take 1 can. Actually, I didn't even take the whole can on the last stop, and short pitted so I could kind of balance out the tires between the last two stints, and just rolled this busting at the seams number 3. Just rolled it right on up there. I'm super stoked with a third place finish here.
Well, a great run, and I have to say, you're a bit of a prognosticator, kind of like Nostradamus. You told us before the race that you were going to go out there and get you a podium and come up here and talk to us at the end of the race, and damn if you didn't do that. So,
I wanted to spend a little more time up
Well,
in
I can't
here.
blame you. We cut you a little short there.
I was enjoying you guys early, and then
we
here
cut you a little
are.
short there early, and you deserved a little more time, so you earned it and come up here and got it. That's the way you get your time. That's
right.
I mean, it's fun to get some TV time, but usually not the way you've gotten it the last 2 weeks.
No, my goodness.
We'd rather not see you on camera spinning on pit road, but this
it exciting.
this is much better. This is much better for you coming up here and doing it this way. But no, man, congratulations, good run. I hate to see that Jack, I hate to see that he's a cat owner, but besides that his cat stepped on his keyboard and shut his computer off.
Right.
Because I think that was going to be a hell of a battle there, those last
we were
five or
it out,
seven
man.
laps,
Yep.
It was going to be
He
fun.
was right there, and we had 5 to go, and he started really closing on me and started kind of looking, and I was like, oh, man, it's going to get good. And then 3 to go, and I was like, where did he go?
Yeah, right. I know that's really unfortunate. Like I said, I don't care if somebody wrecks you on track or whatever, as long as it happens on track. I just hate to see. Well, I hate to see anybody who's a cat owner, but that's another story. But having some kind of equipment failure or whatever and losing it that way, I just hate that. But I mean, he is a cat owner, so there's that.
Yeah.
But anyway, but congratulations, man! Super finish for you. Good night in the Rookie of the Year battle. This is especially with him falling off like that at the end and finishing 12th. That's going to be a good night for you. So congratulations. And, we're in a stretch of the season right now that I think is going to be pretty good for you. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. It's looking good. I'm having fun. And even the last 2 weeks I was having fun until I wasn't,
Right.
So, I just want to thank everybody for, especially Motormouth Broadcasting, for putting this show on. Thank Flamin' Karma for Paint Shop for making this car look good. The XCAL Webshop. I got some t-shirts in there that I got to buy. I like a couple of them new pen t-shirts. They're looking pretty slick.
They are, aren't they? Yeah, we were talking about them earlier. They got some cool sponsors on some of them shirts.
Yep. So we have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, no, it's great. And, again, man, congratulations. And I'm looking to see how this points battle shapes up for the rest of the season. So, with you and Jack, it's going to be fun all year, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
You never know. Happy Meal may come up and join y'all eventually.
We'll see how the old Happy Meal does. We'll keep him down there. At least he's getting chicken nuggets now.
Well, yeah, he probably is up to chicken nuggets at this point. That's good to know you're watching the broadcast all the way to the end too. We appreciate that.
Yeah. Yep. You never know what Robert's going to say.
Especially later in the broadcast. The more them gummies kick in, the later this broadcast goes, the better he gets. So.
Yep. It gets good. So.
All right, man. And
thanks, guys.
Hey, thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yep, you guys are awesome, and just glad to be part of the XCAL Webshop Series, man.
We're glad to have you, man.
See you guys.
All right, so
before
we wrap this up, let's cover the points going into tonight, because I screwed up and got so caught up in the early action that I did not pull the points up, and I at least want to show everybody where the money was at here going into tonight and everything. By the way, nice purse tonight. I think it was over $300, so that's going to be a good night. But here's your most valuable driver money right now as we speak. Before tonight, of course.
Octavio, hell, he don't even show up, and he's still up there at the damn top of it.
Won't be there for long if he keeps not showing up.
No, not really, but I mean, depending on how the qualifying series goes and everything, eventually I'm sure Octavio Rondaletto will be back and he will join us. King Matthew Bear obviously sitting in the second spot. Stephen T. Rex come home fourth here tonight. He ends up third up in the standings, but obviously that all flip-flop around. And then obviously J-Dog seems Jack McKee. He probably ain't gonna gain a whole lot after lagging out, obviously.
No.
And Ryan Seams and others right there. There's Gerard Lawrence sitting right there in the third spot, and Brent Meckes sits 12th as far as the standings goes. He gets the win here tonight, so obviously that's going to help him out. And you go all the way down the list. Happy Meal down there in the 20th spot. We always look for him. We always look for him.
I mean,
anyway,
you know what?
And
that is exactly good marketing, because realistically, he is in the conversation when he probably shouldn't be. And that is good marketing, because it doesn't really matter whether they're talking good or bad about you. At least they're talking about you. So, there's that.
Yeah, that's one of them Dale Earnhardt sayings
No,
right
that's
there.
right,
It doesn't
yeah.
matter if it doesn't matter if they telling you to piss off or if they're cheering for you. You know, if they're making noise, you're doing something.
That's
And
right.
absolutely right there for Alex Goodall. Obviously, the owners' championship looking pretty good. That '67 car getting a pretty good finish. Obviously tonight, getting second. Is going to help him out with Brett Meckes leading that bad boy. Last week's driver this week, but last week obviously was Matthew Bear. This week obviously it is Gerard Lawrence, and that '66 car of Brett Meckes. Obviously he's driving that bad boy and everything. That's still down there at the bottom, and obviously
working his
Gerald
way
Poole
up, though.
trying to get it mixed up there as well. The 48 did not see it here. Well, actually, yes, I did. Yeah, I forgot. Happy Meal drove. Damn. But anyway, Gerald tried, got Alex Goodall, tried to get him in there, and just, that's what that's the owner standings look like before this race. Obviously, they're going to flip, when we get at it next week. Obviously, all of that's going to flip around. It's going to change. It's going to change hands and everything by the time we get to Lucas Oil Raceway Park next week as well. And Rookie of the Year, Jack McKee. I'm telling you, not a night that he wanted. Lagging out of this bad boy, obviously. David Mauji is going to love that as well. Flip-flopped and got up there into the third spot as well. So that's going to help him out, trying to catch Jack, obviously. And Cody Rogers, John Canizero, we haven't seen them for a while, literally. Travis Rowland, see him down there at the bottom. Obviously, we'll see, how he can progress throughout the rest of the season with the Rookie of the Year. Alex Goodall right there in that mix as well. So that's the battle for the Rookie of the Year standings, and I got a feeling we may be in store for seeing that kind of flip around a little bit. Robert, buddy, I'll let you go first. Your final take here at Milwaukee Mile here with XCAL.
I had fun. I mean, I didn't pick Brent to win the race. I thought Gerard was gonna just take the whole thing, and then my homie Dave, he said he was gonna get in the top three. He got in the top three. Jack probably doesn't like cats anymore. But that's about it. I mean, it's a good race. I mean, even to the end. I mean, and then Jack's cat had to ruin things, but yeah, I mean, hey, it's a good race, fun. I can't wait to go to IRP. More tire wear, a little more racing. We got a little different in banking. Guy's gonna be running the inside outside.
Shorter track.
Shorter track. So a lot of interesting things coming up here.
Yeah, maybe in store for some door banging when we get to IRP next week. Jim, buddy, always a pleasure, buddy. Love you to death. Always a pleasure calling races with you and over here with the Motormouth Broadcasting group and everything, buddy. Like I said, always a pleasure. I'm not kissing ass, but I mean, Jim's done a lot for me. He really has. And Jim, thank you very much for all that as well. Your final take here tonight at Milwaukee Mile with Brent Meckes getting a win.
I mean, again, man, a good solid night of racing. Hell of an executed strategy by Brent tonight. I mean, perfection. I mean, he executed exactly like they wanted, and he pulled it off. Good win. Kept his car under him all night. Drove a good, smart race. Another great night of XCAL Racing. Really cool to have the King Matthew Bear up here with us tonight. That was good to get his insight. As a driver, it really kind of opens things up a little bit more to share that with people, and I thought that was really cool. And always another good night with you two in the booth, and I am definitely looking forward to IRP next week.
Yeah, IRP is going to be a good one next week when we get there. And obviously, the short track racing and all the cool stuff that's happened at IRP. XCAL will invade next Tuesday night. It will be a good one. So, I mean, honestly, it will be an absolute good one. And we'll see if Brent Meckes can maybe go back-to-back. Or maybe the King Matthew Bear can say the hell with a little bit of umpiring and get back out here and be kicking a little ass here with XCAL. But who knows? We'll see how it all turns out. But, folks, that's going to do it for this broadcast here on MotorMouth Broadcast. And with XCAL, got to thank all the great sponsors. You saw them all up there in the top right, Flamin' Karma, all of them, Digital Race Engineer, Roasted Record. I mean, the list goes on and on with all the sponsors. I mean, so many of them.
Check out the web shop.
The website.
Go check out the XCAL Racing Webshop. There's so many cool things in there.
Yes.
Go get you some of them crazy shirts they've got. Some of those sponsors are absolutely hilarious. Go check them out and tell them that Big Jim sent you. Maybe they'll give you a discount. Who knows?
Big Jim. Get Big Jimmy to send you what? No, we'll just go with Big Jim because we get Big Jimmy, we start screwing all kinds of shit up. We're not going to be
if we're going to call me Jimmy, it's got to be Top Jimmy, the old Van Halen song, but that's another story for another day.
Oh yeah, and trust me, if you haven't, if y'all will not be the pleasure of hearing some of the stories, but I've heard plenty of stories, and I can't wait to hear some more from Big Jimmy over here. But anyway, like I said, all the sponsors, thank you very much to each and every one of the sponsors for being on board of this great league, and obviously with MotorMouth broadcasting as well. Shout out to drivers. Hell of a show, fans. Come out big numbers. A little bit interesting right there at the end with the Queen. Matthew Barham was kind of interesting, getting a little bit beefy right there at the end of it in the live chat. That was interesting as well. But appreciate the fans coming out, big numbers, supporting this league, supporting this channel. If you haven't yet, make sure you like and subscribe to MotorMouth Broadcast and keep up with everything going on with XCAL and also with all the other stuff the Big Jim's got going on over here with MotorMouth Broadcasting. And obviously with Aaron Hillebush and all the admins over here with XCAL allowed us to come in here, be ourselves, entertain you, the fans, see some great street stock racing on a Tuesday night with Brett Meckes doing a little ass whooping himself here tonight at the Milwaukee Mile. For everybody up here in the booth, obviously Robert Cogan and also the boss of MotorMouth Broadcasting, Mr. Big Jim Cunningham. I'm the redneck announcer, Jake Reeves, said as I always say each and every damn time, be safe, be kind, be fast. We're going to RP next week. A little bit shorter. May get some door banging. May get some beef. May get some pissed off drivers. You want to see it all. 8 p.m. Eastern Time next Tuesday night. Right here on MotorMouth Broadcasting, baby. Short track racing with XCAL. It's going to get good in the neighborhood.